Hello? Hi? It's me, your boy. The fucktard of certainty. I dropped frames already in the first 5 seconds of this stream. This is not a good sign. Sorry everyone, in case you've been here last time waiting for me to return, and you're here again. My internet shat itself majorly, because of a stupid reason as well, and I could have not prevented it, but I could have known about it if someone had told me. Because apparently it was a kind of like a predictable outage. But my internet provider just didn't tell me about it, which is great. It was really fun sitting here trying to fix it for like 3 or more hours. Then closing OBS after like 2.5, thinking, well, I'm not gonna return to the stream. It wasn't a blackout. It was like it was something like contract related, and I honestly don't know why they had to take me off the net for that, because the only thing they did was basically change the name on the contract of the internet that goes to this house, basically. Which is weird. Why would they need to take us off the net for that? Like, isn't that a form somewhere you can just fill in? I don't know. Anyway, it looks like I'm sometimes dropping frames again, so hopefully this will hold now. Just in case, we're gonna take care of everything you guys sent in last time. I hope everyone that did so is now here, because otherwise you won't get to see your links. Let me open it all before we start. We actually watched that one. That is very old. 10 days old. We can close that. I think it's mostly Desperito, right? That sent stuff in. Very good. Very good, Desperito. Let's see. Well, the fact that the stream like ended early gave me some time to finally play Ruina again, but I didn't really play. I just changed decks, which like wasn't as much fun as I thought it would be, sadly, since it is very hard to deal with the limited amount of decks, and my challenge rules especially not taking any duplicates at all, only for attribution. But anyway, it's my own damn fault. I could just change that rule if I wanted to do so. I might have to do so, who knows. I actually won't. I just have to decide on a few single nugget floors where the Sapphire is gonna do everything. Although, like, the stuff you need for a singular chat nugget, that is limited too. Like, you need Yuna's page, you need some other pages that get bonuses for being alone. Whatever. I think, yeah, Arcane sent this one in. Did she? Yeah, she did. Okay. Books instead of stonks. That's pretty cool. She's more like A than she would care to admit, especially in this pose. Who's that? I feel like most of chat today was looking at Stalker 2, Last Oasis, and Legend of Ruina, but I hope you were able to discover some new stuff too. Okay, I was about to ask, who is Trisha Hirschberger, and what does she mean? So this one will take a little explanation, but the short version is that there was a tweet from Project Moon mentioning an Xbox stream. Everyone went into chat being super hype, expecting interview and LOR gameplay, but the end result was a several hour-long stream, and about 2.5-second clip near the end featuring Lore, or LOR, as a game to be added to Xbox Live Pass. Wow! Nice! I guess that will... Wow! How... Okay. That will give them some visibility, I hope. This was a comment made by one of the streamers afterwards. Probably they got mixed up with Legends of Runeterra. That being said, chat certainly got the game noticed. Plus, you know, May's. Legend of Ruina. Roland's quest for Oh, I need to know if she made this one. Okay, did you create that logo? That is amazing. I was therefore morally obliged to... Fuck, sometimes I should just read, right? Sometimes I should just shut up and read. Read, Lambda, god damn it! I'm not sorry. You don't need to be. It looks amazing. You need to be proud of yourself. That is also, like, an amazing picture. And 100% accurate ending A. The false sandwich A. Should have given him some kind of like Gura appearance if you get the reference. Okay. That's good. All right. The stream that launched 1,000 memes. Yeah, okay. Keep getting 10-minute long Godzilla vs. Kong ads. It's because I'm an ape. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because I'm an ape. That's why. You're also better off watching those ads on repeat, other than watching me. Bong bong. Hang on, I'm getting a call. Let me see what it is. It's Dr. Adrian Vauclair from the base department. I have to accept. Yay! Thank you, Desperito. I think I have this GIF already. Not entirely sure though. Spinning bong bong. Spoiler alarm. Alarm clock noises. Oh my good lord. Meanwhile, Orlando Charlemagne's most famous paladin has been tempted to forget his duty to protect the Emperor because of his love for the pageant Princess Angelica. Real shit. Okay. Create... Oh, what is going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know about that one, actually. Library of Ruina, Abnormality and Ego Pages tier list maker. All Abnormality pages and Ego pages in the game as of Hogma realization. You can use the unknown tier for pages you haven't used enough to get a feeling for how good bad they are. Do we want to do this right now? I know about Orlando Furioso. Thank you, Desperito. I know about like the theories, the game theories. Do we want to do this like as a little excuse for the 2 streams that I had to drop on Saturdays, and then like last stream where I got dropped out, like some kind of bird dropping. The more I think about it, the less sense spoiler makes without sense. People won't know what this is about. People won't know. Alright. Oh, this is very small, and I would like an explanation of the cards. Because sometimes I just don't know what they do other than without reading it. For example, peace. Like, what does peace do? I can't even tell. The name doesn't tell me anything. Also, like, these ego pages! I can't tell them apart. You know how many times I've used Binah's ego pages? Twice, I think, so far. We might have to hold this off for now. I also can't click on the save/download button, lest it yoinks me to my hentai folder. I don't really want that. There's unknown on below. Well, great. Great, fucking amazing. There's a link to the wiki. Ah, there it is. I'm blind. I've also been awake for like 17 hours now. I'm very sorry. Oh god, I don't actually know how the Ruina wiki really works. I was afraid of spoilers every time. How do I... 90 pages? Maybe that's one? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good. Now we can just Control F for peace. Peace. Peace, everyone. Peace out. Booyakasha. Wait, where is it? Abnormality dialogues. What? Is it a card from Hogma then? Is it a Hogma card? Peace. 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 Peaceful. Peace. 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 Peace! There it is! Okay, it's an apocalypse bird. God. Oh god. That was an ordeal. Alright. Take them out already. Again. We're gonna... We're gonna try to do this like kind of quickly. Single ally. When there's no intruder present, the first enemy in the selected librarian attacks marked as an intruder. All of the intruders' attacks deal 2 to 4 less physical damage, stagger damage. Takes bonus damage from attacks. That is legit just beneficial and pretty fucking good. However, it's not S tier. It's not broken or something, but it is very, very good. Watchful Eyes. I feel like I should know that. It's the one with the redirect, right? Not as good. Like, useful in some situations, but just not great. Problem is, like, with 5 tiers, like, D is dog shit, right? We can't really use Unknown now that we have this. So D would be bad. That would be meh. B would be, has its uses, but there's just strictly better stuff. A would be good, and S would be, yes. Always pick it when you find it. Always pick it. And that is Judgment. All characters gain 1 sin at a 50% chance. I don't think I've ever gotten to like 5 sin, or I've seen the effect trigger or something, so Binah's cards, like, it's a shame how bad Binah's flaw is compared to some other flaws. It's a real fucking shame. Watchful Eyes is the light region one. Oh, okay. It gets shit. Okay, where's the other one? Where's the other one then? Oh, there it is, Eternally Lit Lamp. Here we go. Yeah, okay, this one. Thank you for correcting me. I thought I knew a card. Obviously I don't. Punishing Beak. I remember that one. It is not as good as I thought it would be when I read it, like in the latest episode, I think, even. But it's better than, like, I would say it's on B. And then we have Punishment. That's the one where is this one actually any good? After taking damage, the first die of the first page the librarian uses next scene gains 2 to 4 power. That's a lot of conditions. And there's not really a good way to take consistent damage except for making yourself bleed or making yourself burn. Or like tanking and taking over. So you could combine it with the Eternally Lit Lamp, take damage. However, even if you like, if you clash, it's not guaranteed that you will take damage, since if you clash, you want to win, and if you win, you don't take damage. So that's a very conditional card. One I don't really enjoy. It's gonna be in C tier. Weight of Sin. Whenever I die, this librarian plays rolls the minimum value. Take damage. Okay. Gain strength and endurance next scene. Nah, it's just again too conditional. Like, it's pretty dog shit. I would actually say this one is proper dog shit. I would like this one to be good, but it's dog shit. Salvation is good, but not great, because you need to have a low speed roll in order for it to work, right? All dice gain +1 power against enemies with higher speed. Yeah. So enemies need to roll higher than you. And only if the HP is at 25% or below, destroy all dice on their page upon winning a clash. This is a pretty good one, but it's strictly like execute phase type of thing. So it's gonna be on B tier. I'm looking forward to when we're through Binah's flaw, because fuck me, these are not that good. Guardian of the Forest. All librarians gain 1 haste for the duration of the battle. Like, strictly going against Salvation again, for example. If all 5 librarians each have an abnormality page, gain 1 strength and endurance in addition. It sounds good, but it takes a lot of setup for this to work. And 1 strength and 1 endurance in late game is not even that crazy anymore, in my opinion. Like, there are other flaws that get this way easier, like Chesed, for example, or if you use the Hana cards. But yeah. So it's gonna be okay, but not great, like B tier, definitely. Am I underrating Binah's cards, maybe? I just haven't used her that much, I think. Maybe I'm missing some interactions with each other. Evade dice gain 1 to 2 power upon winning a clash using evade dice. The next offensive die gains 1 to 2 power. That is a very interesting one, because Binah doesn't have any evade dice, so you will always have to give it to one of your nuggets. And it's weird because Binah will always be the strongest nugget on this floor, just by default. Except if you build one very crazy, I guess, but still. So you can't give it to her. However, you can... I'm pretty sure there are some very good cards that start with an evade dice and then have a singular roll. A singular very high roll. Like not Vapor, but what is the other one? Like there's a puppet card with an evade dice. However, I don't know if it's like position 1 or 2 though. And there's another card, I think a smoke card with an evade dice and then like an attack. But again, I'm not sure if it's like the other way around or something. I'm dropping so many frames today, I'm very sorry. Unknown is valid to use for the ones that you just haven't used enough to get a feel for them. Maybe start with floors that you're familiar with. Put in alphabetical Sapphire order. No, I'd like to rate everything, even if I haven't used it much. Even if my opinion of it is bad and ungrounded, I still like to throw my opinion around like it's a big fucking dick, you know? Activated percentage HP is somewhat limited. Really, it's only of some use on... God, I'm dropping frames again. I don't know why I'm dropping frames. Like, my internet should be fine. It's only of use on some bosses, and even they're not that much. Some par with what I thought of Binah. Okay. Where are we right now? Small flutters. Yeah, that's like... Again, that's C tier. Next one, tilted scale. I think this one is pretty good. Yes, this one is actually amazing. It's a shame it's limited to 3 times per scene, but otherwise it would be busted. However, like there's like similar effects in the game that are not limited. You can combine them, granted, but still, tilted scale is definitely A tier, at least A tier. It's a shame there's nothing S tier on Binah's floor so far, I think. Long arms. Take no damage from certain status ailments. Burn, bleed, fairy, or sin. At this point, I don't know why they included fairy. If there's a fight where the enemy includes fairy on you, don't spoil it for me. I haven't done the uninvited guests yet, because I'm still working on my decks. Not taking damage from sin again, like... Burn and bleed, yeah, okay. It definitely has its use. It's not bad, but it's very conditional. I would put it to B though, since it helps you a lot against dot-related enemies, like the Purple Tear, for example. The Purple Tear or Zhao. If you want to grind it, because chances are you will have done that before doing Binah realization, right? Next up is the Beast. The Beast activates when the librarian possesses all of the following abnormality pages. Big eyes, small, big, and long arms. After dealing 15 damage within a single scene, absorb 1 light from the target. Inflict 1 paralysis on all other characters next scene. That's all other characters, you know? All other characters. Not all enemies, but all other characters. 3 times per scene. So it is a single nugget type of thing, really. Also, you need to deal 15 damage. Like, who can deal 15 damage consistently? Binah with ranged attacks, yeah? And then you debuff your enemies, but also your other nuggets. You absorb 1 light. That is actually the good part of this card, I think. However, you need to give big eyes, small beak, and long arms to a single, like, nugget. So that nugget would take no damage from certain status elements. That nugget would need no power whatsoever anymore, because all power effects are negated. And that nugget, oh my god, this one is actually very good, would have small beak to restore light. And then you can buff it up. The problem is Big Eyes, in my opinion. Like, Big Eyes has its use, but combined with the other cards, like Big Eyes is good if you go for the one where every nugget has a card. Because then you can give Big Eyes to someone and say, okay, hopefully this guy can take something over where the enemy has like a lot of power effects on the card itself or something. So overall the beast is not good. It's just not good in my opinion. It's not good. What is next? Big Eyes. Yeah, Big Eyes, like, I can see some uses for it, so it's not dog shit. Small beak is amazing. It's one of the light, right? Yeah. Because you can continuously use it. So if you have a way to heal up, Sorry, this is not Shadowrun Dragonfall, by the way. We're doing Library of Ruina now. Maybe I should change category. Yeah. Yeah, I've done White Knight already. Yeah, I've done all realizations and stuff. I just need to do the uninvited guests still. Smallbeak is positively like one of the best cards in the game because you can cycle it so well, and if you know what you're doing, you can use it possibly like better than I ever could. Not possibly, very likely. It's not evade, but block dice for the puppet. You might think about. Really? Oh shit. Okay. Big guys, you want to build around with cards that nerf their own power, like Blind Faith or Scratch that. You're right, Spirit. You're right. I didn't even think about that one. Like, turn the negative into a positive. Like, turn both negatives into a positive in that case. Alright, here we go. It's Chesed time now. Power of the Past. Power of the Past. Where's Chesed? Increase the cost of all combat pages by 1. All dice gain 3 to 4 power. That is great. It is not broken, but it is great. Definitely. I've used it sometime by now. Like, the cost might seem big, but 3 to 4 power, that is a real big like payoff in my opinion. 3 to 4, that is so much. You know how much? What, you don't think so? You know how much like attribution points you need for 3 to 4 power? You would need 16 because 1 power point actually costs 4 most of the time, except for some very rare like conditional cases. Where's your light region? What do you mean my light region? Yeah, just have more light region. Like, even the light region cards will outclass everything else with 3 to 4 power. I don't care about light. Pff, what am I, A? Right, who am I? Oh god, suddenly, like, fuck me. I botched this one since I moved them earlier. We need to go back down to... Are they here too? Where are the abnormality cards? The ego cards. Do they have a list as well? Binah floor. Abnormality pages? Ego pages? Here we go, ego pages. Okay. Beak. Reduce the cost of 2 random pages in hand by 1 till I use does not stack. You know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna update my Twitch category. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. All your light gain cards now give you 0 light since they cost 1 more too. Yes. But there's other ways to gain light. Have you ever thought about that one? Let's see. Where were we? Oh, we were here, right? Beak. Yeah, Beak is like, it's okay. It's not that it's like, the fact is that it's not expensive, but it still deals some good damage. Wait, where is it? Here. 4. Like, that's the thing with Binah's cards. They don't cost too much. Like, except for these two. You can use them very easily. Like Lamp, Justitia, and Beak. They're very cheap. But they're just not like these big game-changing attacks like on other floors, like Chesed or Netsack or even Yasod or something. Like, they're not these big mass attacks, except for these ones. However, I didn't really manage to pull them off so well so far. Next one would be Apocalypse. Mass attack on use. If uses HP is at 50% or lower, all dice on this page gain 8 power. And it also deals more damage against targets with 50% or less HP. That's good. Like in the last phase of a fight, that's very good, but give me a quick second actually. Alright, sorry, I had to blow my nose. The problem with Binah's flaw is you fully unlock it very late, and there's not much use to it then, other than farming some specific other stuff. And I guess the uninvited guests or whatever may come at the next update. So that's like the problem, right, with that. So while stuff like Malcolm's and Yesod's flaw, everyone knows what to do with it, people have found like great interactions and what to use it with it. But this stuff, I'd give Apocalypse. Actually, I would be tempted to, like, the mass attacks I haven't used much, or like the ego cards I haven't used much. I would actually put them in unknown if I haven't used them that much. Like Twilight as well. That's a weird ass mass attack with a very low roll at first. But obviously you can power it up still. Justitia is the one that deals like percentage damage, right? That alone is very good already. That makes it an A tier in my opinion. Oh, it's actually dumb. Why did the person that made this, why did they put ego and abnormality cards in one tier list? Like, make 2 different links, please. That is so fucking messy, because how do you untangle this shit? Next up would be Lamp. Enemies are not influenced by power gain or loss for the scene. That is good, because that is like every card that is being played. That is S tier in my opinion. If you can, you should always use this in a tricky situation. Not even that, like it works in any situation, but use it in a very good situation and suddenly everything's smooth as butter. I made it? Spiria! Little point of like, you know, next time make 2 different ones. It's a lot of effort you put into this, which is why it's a shame that like you didn't do it this way. But there's always room for improvement. Next up would be Emerald. Did you screenshot all of these cards, by the way? Because some are weirdly like cut out. Criticism rejected because you have Prudence led. At least my attachment is high, okay? Success rate, big. Emerald. Okay, we're now in Chesser territory, finally, I think. Emerald. Add an Emerald page to hand. Cost 5 on play target enemy. Cancel 2 random combat pages on the target speed dice. Recover 1 light for each successful hit on the target is seen up to twice. Pages also included in the deck at the start of subsequent acts. That one is actually really good. I used it for the first time on Wednesday when I built decks. And the fact that you can just cancel 2 pages or 2, yeah, it's only for a singular scene. But if you use this at the right moment, in a tight moment, for example, when Shao uses like a very strong card, and you manage to cancel out his strong cards, or when Lowell uses his mass attack page, you can just break him, you can interrupt him, you can cancel him, and you get 1 more turn where he does nothing basically. So I would actually I would be tempted to put this in S tier, but I actually don't know if you can like draw it again, or if it's just in the deck at the start of subsequent acts. Because if you can continuously draw it again, since it doesn't exhaust, you know, so it should, by definition, by mechanics, be able, you can redraw it. Yeah. That is S tier then. That is S tier. I very much like this. I like a disruptive gameplay. When I can interrupt and disrupt my enemy, that's what I like. Oblivion, other than an amazing name. Add an Oblivion page to hand. Cost 3 on play, exhaust, immobilize this scene. Cannot be targeted. Restore HP and restore light. Let's be honest, that is absolute fucking crap. If it wasn't exhaustible, if you could keep continuously use it. Yeah. Something that flat nullifies enemy attacks, game breaking? I think so, yeah. Counterspell, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I would say it's game breaking. Like Emerald. Very much like Emerald. Like if you couldn't reuse it continuously, it would be good. It would be like game breaking, but only good. This way it's like legit game breaking in my opinion. Next up is what false present. Man, these are awfully small. Am I blind or that's better. That's what I'm talking about. False present. Where is it? Like that's down here. Librarians randomly gain one of the following. I haven't used this one yet. I need to do a fight where I use it, so it needs to be put on in unknown because I literally haven't used it once. Powder of Life. When a librarian takes lethal damage, nullified and recover 20% of max HP. Can only activate once per reception. Once per reception per nugget, right? So it's basically a second life. It's like a sweeper passive, but for everyone, once. Which makes it good. Very good, actually. Like there's a very big sustain on Chessett's floor if you play around that. So I would put it on 80 actually. Like if you can take it because chances are a nugget will die. So it gets some use. Let me show you a magic trick. Add the magic trick page to hand. Reduce the cost of all pages in hand to 0. The cost is reset to the value before this page. This effect was applied on use. Haven't used this one yet, but I can see some great uses for this one. So it's gonna be 8 here. Like combine that with Power of the Past, you know? And you got a real good turn on hand. Hopefully you can combine them. I don't know their tiers actually. Like it doesn't say their tiers where you can take them, but you can take. Oh, it says here. Okay, 3 and 2. So you can definitely, if you manage to like get the proper emotion coins, combine them. Harvest. I remember Harvest being something special. Oh god, fuck me. Okay, now we need to navigate this Harvest. After attacking an enemy with a high amount of stagger resist, deal additional stagger damage and recover stagger resist. Wait. That is... Huh? No. That's not right. I'm not looking for the abnormality page. Isn't that like the ego card Harvest? Is it? It looks so weirdly cropped. It's the ego card, because it's a lumber and homing instinct, and faded memories as well. They aren't on the wiki for some reason. But this one also has something to do with Stagger, right? Because the scarecrow is just Stagger, but I can't remember the cards, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Like, it's 1 minute? Okay, Arcane will pull them up for us. It's like having my own like team working for me. Oh, here we go. Spiria was quicker. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Spiria. Both for creating this and like pulling this up now. It's a slash. Oh, gain power for every living ally. Yes. It's +2 power for every living ally. So you get +8 on max. Which makes the first dice already crazy good. And if you're lucky, you can just keep the evade dice for when the enemy one-sidedly attacks you. So I would put Harvest on like 8 here. Definitely. And then we have Lumber. Can I just search on this page? Cards? Am I gonna see some? Oh, here we go. Just don't read anything, Lambda, and you won't see any spoilers. On Clash Win, last die gains +2 power, last die gains +2 power, last die gains +2 power. So that's a max of 6 power, which would make this a 12 to 12. And inflict 3 bleed next scene. Which would make it on par with about like the first roll. A little bit stronger, obviously. However, it's very expensive. So I'm not a big fan of Lumber, to be honest. Like I would put it to C tier. Like if you can use other cards, Lumber is not that great. If it was a mass attack, but it's not, right? It's a singular attack. Next up is the Homing Instinct. Do we want some music, by the way? Like, give me a second. Let's just look for Library of Ruina. Hot theme, 1 hour. A hot battle? No. Lobby? Theme 2? No. What is hot battle from? How can you loop? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's not what I wanted. Okay, let's go for Lobby then. Ah, that's alright. Hot got deleted? Oh, that's why I can't find it, for fuck's sake. Can I spoil the last reception? Like, what do you mean by last reception? The uninvited guests, I haven't done them yet. Don't spoil them, please. I don't know what they entail. I don't want to know. I want to find out by myself. Homing Instinct. I might find out later. I don't know yet. Maybe. Depending on how like tired I am after the stream, actually. Homing Instinct. 8 to 18, blunt, individual of the attack. Hit at least once, all other allies restore 2 light at the end of the scene. It's a mass attack. It's single individual, like, which makes it not great, but it's a very high roll, and the effect is actually like the good part of it, right? Again, there's some other ways to gain light on Chessed's floor, and I rate them very, very well, very highly. I would still put it on B because it's only like a single dice. Faded Memories. Let's look for that one. The site is very slow. It could be me. Could be my internet. Faded Memories. Oh yeah, that one is very good. Like it goes in the same tier as like Homing Instinct though, since it suffers from only 2 dice and being individual again. I don't really like individual mass attacks somehow. And here we go, Taunt of Wisdom. That is like this one. Whenever the librarian uses a page, discard random page from hand, restore 1 light. If you build, like, there's a certain way to build around discard decks by now. Again, not just using,
Hello?
Hi. Hello. Not just using, like, the Rose stuff, for example, but... Rose? Not Rose. Olga, I mean. But there's other ways to discard. Like, what is the one? Like, Impugnatio something from the Hana Association. Or the Hana draw card that discards 1 and draws 2. Like, there's some new discard ways. I haven't played around them yet, but I could see them work with stuff like this, for example. 1 light is not worth 1 card. If you have a way to get a lot of cards very quickly, it might be. It might be, you know? Let's say you use the discard draw page of Hana. You draw 2 pages by discarding 2 pages. You also gain 1 light by using, like, you lose 2 pages, but you gain 2 new pages and 1 light, which changes the flavor of the card altogether. And it's very cheap. Is it a 1 cost or a 0 cost? The draw one. I don't know actually. But yes, it is very specific and just not good otherwise. So it's gonna be D tier. False Throne, like that's an attack again, I believe. Yeah, fun with the ammunition. It's another way to use it. Mass attack on use. Next scene, resurrect all dead allies that died this act for 1 scene. Revived allies have 4 light. All statuses other than the emotion level are reset. Characters cannot be revived twice by this effect. Like, if this wasn't the case, this card would be busted beyond belief. However, this knocks it down a few tiers, in my opinion. Down to B tier or something. You can use it as a last resort, you know, a last hooray. To maybe zerk down your enemy in a single turn. Maybe take over, you know, some attacks with the nuggets that will die anyway again next turn. So there's definitely some good uses for that, actually. A Warm Heart, that's like one of these. Start of the scene, boost the power of offensive dice by 1 to 2 if the librarian has 3 or more light. That is straight up good. Straight up good. Just nothing else. Same as Courage. Straight up good. Right? Courage is the one. Yeah. Strength and protection equal to the number of allies currently alive. Problem is the feeble and fragile. But if everyone else is dead, the nugget you gave this card to, chances are he will die soon anyway as well. So the feeble and fragile will not change much. So I almost always use this one, actually. But it's still not game breaking, so I'm gonna put it on A. Might knock it down to B. Who knows? Next up would be Harvest. This one's pretty good, especially for boss battles. Like this one is, I would almost put it on S tier. Like always use it, always use it. Especially since enemies recover the stagger resist again. Like, and it's a good way to keep your own stagger high, you know? It's a good way to keep your own stagger high and, like, lower their stagger later on. I don't know about the uninvited guests, but stuff like Iori, she has so much more stagger resist. The Red Mist has so much more stagger resist. Zhao has so much more stagger resist. Obviously, you can't stagger the hands of good boy Yan, but still... Yeah, that's the only thing. You can stagger Yan though. It works against himself. Him? Can you even call it him? After, like, you know, the thing. Hearts. After dealing 15 or more damage to enemies in a single scene, reduce the cost of the 2 most expensive pages in hand by 1. That is great if you use the mass attack pages. Early on, and you're gonna get it early on, the usage of it is not that good. But if you combine it with the mass attack pages and you give it to the nugget you're always going to use the mass attack pages with, you can steamroll. Clone Rapid Gashes. Man, there's so many ways to play this game, and I wish I could play them all, but if I change up my decks too hard and I lose focus and sight, like, people are gonna shit on me even more. I can't deal with that. So I'm gonna put Hard in B tier. It definitely has some good uses. Home is the one, yeah. Numbered targets are placed on up to 3 enemies. I actually, like, I've picked it a few times, but does anyone play around that? It only increases outgoing damage by 2. Like, that's 2 damage more. That's almost nothing. Home is dog shit, I would say. It's dog shit tier. Rake. After staggering an enemy, copy 2 pages. I can see the use for that in some boss battles, but only in these, really. And, like, you need to stagger the enemy first. Let's be honest, once you've staggered a boss, the battle is almost over. Like, how many times are you gonna stagger Zhao? Twice, if at all. How many times are you gonna stagger, like, any other bosses? Twice, if at all. Most of the time only once, right? So Rake, again, I would put it in dog shit tier, sadly. Or is it actually secretly good? You need to tell me. You're morally and legally obliged to tell me. It's a win more card and depends on one specific nugget. Stagger. Yeah, oh yeah, the specific nugget staggering. I forgot about that one, Spiria. I'm not a fan of these effects where, like, a specific person has to do this X thing. Next up would be Lumber. God, we're taking a lot... Oh, fuck me, we're taking a lot of time with this. I wanted to play Shadowrun today. Attacking a target that has more light than the library... I am streaming Ruina right now, right? Am I in the Ruina category? Can someone tell me? I should be. When attacking a target that has more light than the librarian, offensive dice gain power equal to the amount of light the target has, up to 2. So that's a maximum of 2 power, but the enemy needs more light. In boss battles, it works quite well because of the shimmering and the fact that all of their cards cost 0, for example. So most of the time, they will just use their 0 cost cards a lot and have more light than you. Except for when you fall, I guess. But again, it's only 2 power. I say only 2 power is a lot, but considering how the other cards you could use, if you have nothing else, yes, but I would put it in C tier. Not a big fan of it. Like, I like the other one more. Here, if you have 3 or more light, you gain 1 to 2 power. Well, this gives you up to 2 power. Like, there's a sweet spot. If you have more than 3 light but less than your enemy, and you pick both, obviously, it's pretty good. But whenever are you gonna hit that sweet spot, eh? Road walk together. Yes. I picked this one a lot. I always give it to Chesed. Like, I always give it to the nugget I buff up. But if you played around this more, it would be better. Like, you can straight up protect the nugget with this, if you can redirect away from that nugget. And your cards are gonna be stronger for it. But again, it's only 1 to 2 power. Like, even weaker than some other stuff, so... C tier it is. C tier it is, in my opinion. Oh, here we go. Gebura's Flaw. Fear of water. Don't get addicted to water. I can't believe we're already... Wait. Higher up, I guess, then. Fear of water. That is a weird one. Like, you can definitely use this one if you have a lot of healing. If you combine it with, like, what's it called? It's not Mind Hauler, it's Health Hauler, right? Yeah, Health Hauler. If you combine it with Health Hauler or the Instincts card, where you recover a lot of HP on the last dice, it's good. Otherwise, it could just straight up kill you if you're not careful. So I'm gonna put it in C tier because it needs some other setup around it to work properly. Yeah, Vampirism as well. Yeah, the one where the enemy has more health. That's yeah, you're right about that one. Good job, Arcane. You guys are so much smarter than me. It's like, it blows my mind. Goodbye. Wait, where are we? Goodbye. Double the power of the last die the librarian plays each scene. Like, if it was the last die of every card, this would be amazing. However, the problem with this card is that, except if you use a whole turn only for a singular mass attack, the payoff is not that big. Because your first is going to be your last when you only play a single die. Like, if you just do a turn with horizontal slash, like 5 light, gone, and the mass attack will always go first, that's the problem. Like, the horizontal slash is going to be crazy good. But if you have a regular turn with some, like, upstanding slashes and stuff, and then... Well, I guess you can use your slowest speed dice for vertical slash. And then buff this one up. Like, there's definitely some uses, but it's only a single dice. I get it. It's double power, right? It's double power, which is busted. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Like, I actually... no, B tier it is, because, again, if you build around it properly, you can win a fight in a single turn as soon as you pick it, if you set it up correctly. Like, if you keep your horizontal slash for that turn where you pick goodbye, it's GG. It's legit goodbye. Wine. Selected library. That is... No. That's like... as a last resort, I can understand, but other than... Like, why? No. Vampirism. Is it? No. Oh yeah, Vampirism. We can do Vampirism real quick, because Vampirism is amazing for boss fights. That is an A tier. Next up would be Hello. Is that the one? Yeah, each scene, the first to die the librarian plays recovers HP equal to the amount of damage it dealt. Now again, that one is very good for mass attack pages. Like, it's inversely good to goodbye because it's the first die, so you can easily use it with mass attack pages. But let's just say you give it to Gebura, because she's gonna be the one using those big mass attack pages if you don't take the others, I guess. No, actually, let's not give it to Gebura. Let's give it to another nugget that uses the other mass attack pages, and this nugget is sorted out. And that makes it an A tier card, in my opinion. Next up is Shell. Oh, I don't know about Shell. Nullifying stagger damage on paper seems great. And now that I know, because I didn't know before, that Gebura takes 40% of her stagger damage on a turn where she didn't deal enough damage, which is 15 or something, I believe. Someone said. I can see even more use for it. But most of the time, I got down to tier 3 so late that she was staggered already and recovered and had full stagger. Pardon me, had full stagger resist again, or she was about to be staggered anyway. And let's be honest, you gotta give it to Gebura. What? Why the fuck is small beak S tier? Because it's amazing, you can continuously keep using it. You can keep using it. 40 damage or take 40 stagger. Sorry, she does what? Yeah, I didn't know either. It doesn't work on Red Mist? What? Really? %, stagger. Oh. 40%. Well, how high is the stagger resist? Like, if it's 100, then it would be 40. It doesn't work with Red Mist. Oh, that, like, C tier then. C tier. Like, there's definitely some uses for it. Like, if your enemy is, like, specializing on staggering you, like R-Corp, for example. Okay, next up would be... We're down to the... What are they called? The Ego pages? Are we? Yeah, Crimson Scar. Oh man, I very much like this one. I like the synchronized pages. They're so fun. I wasn't able to use the Hogma synchronization yet, sadly, because my Hogma floor just isn't that good, I think. But I'm gonna put this one. It's not the best. I'm gonna put it in B. Like, I like the Freischütz Ego synchronization more than the Crimson Scar one. Cobalt Scar. Dice on this page do not deal damage or stagger damage on hit. On hit, deal damage equal to the sum of all valid rolls. Like, if you fuck up the second dice, you're not gonna deal any damage. Do I get that right? Haven't really used this one much. It's gonna get a standard C tier because the mass attack, or rather the ego pages on Gebura's floor. I mostly use Smile and First. They are very good. Smile and First I'm immediately gonna put at least A or B tier. I just need to look like which one does what. First is the one that heals you. Okay. The target receives strength as well, but that doesn't really matter too much. Like, it's a very high roll mass attack summation. So first is gonna be A, and Smile is gonna be B, in my opinion. Good. Are we done with this now? Pray. Pray. That's the one that marks. There are some effects in this game that mark enemies. Some of them you can use continuously, like if an enemy isn't marked, mark a new one. Others only work once, like Pray, which makes it weaker. Pray is bad compared to the others. Sadly, like, if it worked, like if there's no marked enemy, mark a new one. Like, if it worked like that. Yeah, Pray is shit, I would say so too. Pray is actually shit. Mimicry is the one that heals, like the ego attack that heals. Recover HP equal to the damage dealt. Very solid if you want to, like, heal up a little. It's a singular attack though. However, it will get through most attacks, let's be honest. I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's not amazingly good, but it's good to get a little bit of a breather on a single nugget. The fact that you can't use the ego pages on Gebura is just... But it makes sense. She can't synchronize with other ego. She has her own. Next. Oh, we'll still have so much left. Fuck my ass. Instincts. Instincts is good. Instincts is A. Absorption is actually like S tier in my opinion. I love it. I seem to have misunderstood something about Vengeance. People have said that Vengeance is great. Can someone at the start of the scene gain strength based on the amount of damage taken in the previous scene? Why is Vengeance that good? Vengeance is awesome? How much damage are you guys taking in a single turn? Like, you would need to take 10 damage For 2 strength! And 2 strength seems to be like the level we're talking with abnormality cards. Most of the cards give you about 2 power, so to speak. You can easily get 10 strength from it. So you would need to take 50 damage. No. 10? 5? 10? Yes, 50. Everyone beats Gap. You hit them back, get health back. Repeat. 20 plus strength. Lightning Hand. Get out of town. You would need to take 100 damage for that. Vengeance is good in synergy with Claws of Vengeance if you're doing solo Gap, but somewhat risky. Okay. Okay. You convinced me a little. I would have put it on D or C, but now I'm gonna put it up to B. Because I haven't used it like that successfully yet, but I can see the use at least. Claws of Savagery is build enabling, I would say. It's A. Laughter? Fucking laughter. On paper it seems so fun, but you would need to be on 25% or lower. And then it only triggers twice per scene. And a 50% chance as well. And then it only deals stagger damage. Like, the statuses are the good thing. It's all characters though. It's a solo thing again, I would say. But so many conditions on this card alone, like, that makes it very bad. It's not dog shit bad, but it's very bad. Crimson Scar is the entirely bad one, right? If HP is at 50% or lower, gain 1 strength each scene. This doesn't stack, does it? This is only for 1 scene. So the maximum amount of strength you're gonna get out of this card is 1 strength. Do I get this right? This is actually very good that we're doing this now, because I have some questions about some cards that I keep forgetting to ask. And you can now basically clear it up for me. I've also never had Laughter proc that I can remember. Yeah, I think I did. I think it's the distinct, like, mountain body, like, screeching sound. It doesn't buff more. Like, if it's stacked up, like, as long as you're below 50%, you're gonna get a continuously stacking buff, and then maybe they should max it at 5 or something. But as soon as you get above 50%, you're gonna lose the stacks. You know what I mean? That would make... Oh, sorry, hit my mic. That would make it a fun, like, little, like, tightrope walk. Stay below 50%, stack up your strength over a few turns, and then you're powerful. But careful, you don't want to get healed up too much. Maybe don't take healing on Gebura after all or something. I could see the use for that then, but the way it is now... Yeah, I almost never stay below 50% for long. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Also, only 1 strength. Like, what? It needs its own tier. It's so bad. The Roll of the Wolf is the counter dice one, right? If you build counter, it's good. If you don't build counter, which you won't, since you will only have a single counter, maybe 2, with the free card on each Gebura deck. You like, there's a free wild card on Gebura decks, I feel like. Like, if you take a counter there, it could be great, but other than that, it's just stock standard. Drop my cheeseburger. Oh no, not the cheeseburgers. Mountain of Corpses. That's the one, right? It is build enabling, but is it S tier? Let's be honest, it is S tier. If you build around it, it is definitely S tier in my opinion. You gain strength proportional to the amount of librarians, so you gain 4 strength. You see that right? 4 protection and 4 haste. The haste doesn't even matter at this point, other than like for purposes of the Mio prowess passive, for example. Because if everyone else is dead, what like, other effects where if your enemy is stronger or slower or faster, I guess, but still. 4 if you killed 4. Roll of the Wolf was A to S tier on pre-counter nerf. Yeah, and if you like, pre-counter nerf was also pre-ego. So the decks you built was, you could tailor them around counters. That's the thing, right? Okay, we're down to Hod's floor now. Philosophy? No, not philosophy. It's literature. Sorry. I was looking at the color rather than the name. Oh, I haven't really used Hot's Floor since her realization. That's the problem. Where's she? Up there. I have an idea for Hot's Floor, and people will get incredibly angry if I build this idea, if I build around it. But, well, who cares what people think? I want to play the game my way. My way or the highway. Now, Obsession is the one, like, twice as many stacks of bleed. Pre-bleed nerf, amazing. Post-bleed nerf, yeah. Meal is the one where you recover stagger resist if you attack a staggered target or something. No, you heal on a staggered enemy. All allies though. However, enemy needs to be staggered. There's not gonna be many attacks on a staggered enemy except for a boss. And even then, like, no. Shyness, very good if you make use of it. Like, that's... Oh no, it's the wrong one. Which is the one I'm thinking of, like, the one of the face. No. Today's expression, like, here we go, but shyness for now. When using a page, all block dice on that page gain power equal to the number of defensive dice on the page. Let's imagine a card with 2 block dice, that would be 4 power. It's very specific. I wish you could build around it, but there's not a lot of ways to deal damage while blocking. You can do it on Hogma's Floor. I don't really know why they put this card in there. You can build Hot's Floor as kind of tanky, I guess, but if you build her tanky, you're not gonna deal a lot of damage. That's the problem with Hot's Floor. I wish I could build her as a tank floor. I love tanks. I love just out-tanking and, like, out-winning my enemy by that, but the way it is, like, nothing special, really, in my opinion. Serpentine Barrier. Ooh. Yeah, but... Oh, wow. All counter dice count as being on the same page. Oh, yeah, because you continuously use them when you get attacked. Get a fat amount of defensive dice on the same page. Okay, that knocks it up a tier. Oh, I need to remember that. Maybe I should build Hot around counters with this card then. But that's only on block dice. Oh, if this was strictly about counter dice, that would be crazy, but still. Next up, X. Take stagger damage when a slash attack does not hit. However, regular slash dice gain power. I could see that working if you use the purple tier page on Hot's Floor, for example. That would be very strong. 1 to 3 power, just right off the bat. She will most likely always hit with slash attack, since the purple tier page itself is just crazy good. But the way it is, it's just, I mean, it's only for slash, you know? You need to have a slash nugget on this floor then. What if you don't have a slash nugget, right? X goes with Kim. Interesting. Interesting. You're right, like, because of the counter and shit. Alertness. I feel like Hot's abnormality pages and ego cards, they need a little bit of an update, like power-wise. Enemies lose 1 power in a clash against a selected librarian. Upon winning a clash, inflict 1 bind and fragile. Okay, oh wait, is this new? Lose 1 power? I don't remember that one. Like, that makes it very good, actually. Alertness. That's at least a beat here. That's a perma feeble on the enemy. Only against this librarian, though. However, you're gonna inflict bind and fragile. And there's not a, like, at a 50% chance, granted, but there's not a max. So if you win 4 clashes, and you roll the dice successfully 4 times, that's 4 fragile on an enemy. You know? And the amount of clashes increases with the amount of speed dice. See what I mean? Like, let's say there's 4 attacks on 1 card, but what if there's, like, 3 speed dice, and you manage to make 3 versus 3? It would be a maximum of 12 attacks or something. Obviously not, since you would need to use 3 very big cards for that, but your enemy also would need to use a lot of dice, but still, it is pretty good. It is at least B tier. Maybe even A tier. Today's expression plus X plus alertness plus friend. Yeah, that seems like the synergy here. What is next? Surprise gift. Giftee status. If the giftee clashes against a character other than the librarian that gave the gift explodes with 40% chance, dealing 2 to 7 damage at the start of the clash and inflicting 2 bleed next scene. Like, that's later on, 2 to 7 damage is just not enough. That's why this needs an update, in my opinion. So it's gonna be it's not dog shit, but it's gonna be a C tier. Gooey waste. These ones I haven't really used. That's a problem. Upon winning a clash, inflict 1 bind, fragile bleed, and paralysis to all enemies next scene. That is pretty good, isn't it? Does the English wiki explain the P/N spread of abnormality pages? Positive, negative. Spread? You mean like which ones you get? Yeah, I would rate Gooey Waste very high. Man, I need to use Hot's Floor more. I'm actually looking forward to recording after the stream. Why are we not playing Shadowrun, by the way? Why am I playing Ruina now? I'm not even playing Ruina. I'm looking at a fucking spreadsheet. Gooey Waste is A tier. Definitely. Friend. Fucking friends are overrated, let's be honest. At the start of the scene, sneak a friend into one of the combat pages in hand. The page with friend gains 2 to 4 power. You need to use it. Otherwise it exhausts. Oh, wait. It exhausts? Can you run out of cards? Has anyone tried that? If you just continuously not use the cards with friend, can you not do anything at all after a while? It's not activated when there's already a page with friend in hand. Yeah, but if you take enough time, you can run out of cards with range pages. Yeah, I guess. So why wouldn't you be able to run out of cards with friend? It's 2 to 4 power, but it dictates what cards you use. It's good if you get it on like stuff you're gonna use anyway, like Light Region and stuff, but do you really need the power on these? They're only gonna hit once or twice most of the time. So friend is pretty bad. Like, pretty bad, not dog shit. It might be dog shit bad, actually. It might be dog shit bad, to be honest. It's a little bit dog shit. Well, one Parasol. That's the one with, yeah, with the Nullify. Also, you gain speed. Speed! I love speed! Return double the amount to the attacker as stagger damage when you roll the fabled 30%. That's B tier. That's B tier at least, I would say. Haven't really used it that much, but it seems pretty good on paper at least. Funny prank, haha. The first die of any... Oh, it's the maximum or minimum value. I'm pretty sure there's some more usages now with this, with the new cards. Like with every new card that releases, you need to consider, is this good with Funny Prank or not? Not only the Boundary of Death. Like there's other cards that have very high ranges by now. And if you roll the max, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, imagine building around this, and since it's the first die of any combat page, like imagine building around this, building around the Valentine like singular dice power, and some other dice power stuff, and get as much dice power as possible, and then get like ranged dice power as well, because ranged dice power is very cheap compared to other dice power, and then just shooting someone for 100 damage or something on one turn. That could actually work, I think. Because something like, what's it called? Bull Point Shot or something? Like, it has a range of up to 23 or something, right? I have that on Netsex floor currently. Is it 23? Problem is, most of the dice, or one of the dice power passes, or two, I think of them, are on the first scene. So right off the bat, they're out. There's another one that buffs up the first ranged dice on the ranged card, which is I think Catriel. So that would always work. And then you have Valentine, like two very cheap 1 dice power related passives. And then you can take like some regular power, and then you have power on your key page already, for example, and then maybe you can power yourself up some other way, and like you're looking at a lot of damage if you can pull it off. Like, it's if though, it's if, and it's a meme card. It's a C. It's a meme card after all. Definitely some uses. I would like to use it now, just to trigger people. You know what? I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it on my hot floor as much as possible. Just to trigger people. Oh my god, he's using funny prank and he's still beating this encounter. This motherfucker. I hate him so much. Today's expression, it is very good. I don't use it because I would need to pay attention while playing. Lol, I can't do that. I can't pay attention. Loving family is the one with nettle clothing, which is basically protection, but it gets used up. Gain 6 nettle clothing, but it gets used up by 1 each scene. So after 6 scenes, you're down to 0 again, and the card is gone. On a drawn-out battle, that's not good as a meme, because it looks like, you know what I mean, and to gain a little bit of respite. Oh, a stack is lost upon taking a hit. So it's not 1 per scene, but oh, you could lose it all in 1 scene if you're unlucky. Is this tier list in a vacuum, assuming you're not building around them? Or it's like there's no real rules for that. It's just my own personal feelings about the cards. Curry rice. It's like, don't take it as gospel or something. Like, it's just. I rate some stuff very high that other people don't like Small Beak. I like Small Beak just because of the interaction, but apparently it's bad. Like, people have told me, people that, you know, might hurt my feelings by saying that. It loses 1 stack per scene. Okay. It is not that great then. I would say it's like C tier. Straight up, the 30% chance of well-worn Parasol is better already, in my opinion, to just negate the damage altogether. And we're on the ego cards now. Oh no, there's these still left. Let's do these first. Glitter. Oh, the alert one. I actually don't like this one. I really hate this. I really hate the alert one. That is C tier. Cocoon, that is the one with the stagger now. No. On a successful attack, if the dice rolled maximum value, inflict paralysis, bind, and fragile. Cocoon plus funny prank goes haha. Actually solid. However, there's some cards that have a very high chance to roll maximum value, right? There are some cards that have a range of like 6 to 7 or something later on as well. Let's definitely be tier. I need to update my hot floor. Man, I'm so looking forward to it. I actually kind of like hot floor, even if it's weird. That's what it feels like, at least. It feels like, you know, 2 condoms. That's what it feels like. Next up would be social distancing. Block dice gain power. Like that plus shyness. Stonks. Deal additional stagger damage on a deflect. That's how you do it, I guess. Like, if you combine these two, you can be a little bit like a Hogma Light. Yeah, well, I guess. It's at least C tier. Like, why would you ever use that when you can use the other stuff, I guess? Like, if you don't get this one combined with some other shit, there's no real point to taking it, I guess. And now there's the mass attack pages. Sanguine Desire. It's melee. Enemies do not lose bleed stacks after rolling offensive dice for this scene. It's pretty good if you like stack it up on everyone and then use Sanguine Desire. Especially when your enemy attacks a lot as well. And on hit, gain power by 2 times the target's bleed. You can still kind of push Hot's floor as a bleed floor if you specifically try to do that. It's B tier because it enables bleeds again, even just for a single turn. It enables them again. I would put it on B tier. I miss pre-nerf bleed. They gutted it way too hard compared to burn. I don't know why they did that. Like, I'm pretty sure they could have found some other ways to fix it, rather than to just outright kinda kill it, I guess. Red Eyes. A melee with 2 dice. The first one is a very strong blunt one, basically. Spider butt. Nah, not really that good. I would say C tier. Like, ego cards should be mass attack pages. Let's be honest. Letizia, a mass attack with a 6 to 18 individual blunt. And they're gonna have to use a small gift. Or, like, yeah. However, not as good still. The problem with Hot's Floor, like, these cards are just not that great. Dream of a Black Swan. The Black Swan, the mass attack. Individual. Very low roll on the first one, very high roll on the second one. And enemy loses light, however it costs 6 light as well, which makes it... Man, the ego pages on her are just not great. Like, I would rate that either a B or a C. Let's rate it as B, because one of your nuggets loses a lot of light, but every enemy that is hit by that loses 3 light, which is great in a regular reception, bad in a boss reception because of, like, 0 cost cards. It's a shame they can't fix the AI and thus have to resort to 0 cost cards so much, or low cost cards. It's gonna be C tier. Sorry, hard. Today's expression. A melee with a high block and a regular blunt. Deal additional damage against staggered targets. If you combine this with, like, the block stuff up here, you might be able to... Like, how is block stagger damage calculated? It has to do with the block roll the enemy loses against, right? That's why it's so weirdly strong. If you roll high, the enemy takes a lot of stagger damage? Is that right? Or is it the difference between their roll and your roll? Is it strictly your roll, or is it the difference? Can anyone explain? Old Bleed would be fine with current burn. Old Bleed would also be crazy strong on some enemies, though. Good question. People just really don't... I guess people have played block on Hogma, but no one really pays attention to the damage calculation sometimes. Block minus enemy attack equals stagger. But if you clash over an enemy block or evade, if you clash over an enemy block or evade, because it's a 0 attack at that point, right? Is that why, Spiria? It does full block value. Okay. I think it's a difference on offensive dice and the full roll value against evade dice. Thank you, Spiria. Thank you, Jimmy McKees. That makes this card very busted, actually, because you might be able to, like, deal 30 stagger damage, and then you gain obviously the dice power if you use this. Like, this one is wasted on this because there's only a singular block dice on that page, but, like, let's say you gain through power, you get up to 35, and then you deal 2 to 7 additional stagger damage. That's like 40 stagger damage on one turn on your enemy. And then you would deal additional damage. Additional damage is just not strong as an effect, though. Like, if it did something else against the staggered targets, that would be great. Or if it was more block dice. If it was a block counter. Here we go. The card would be amazing if it was a block counter. Right? That would actually make it... That would enable it. That would enable the last hit against staggered targets, actually. Because if you continuously block... Obviously, you're gonna wear them out, and they're gonna get staggered at the end of this, basically. And that would make this card very good, very strong. That wouldn't even make it too broken, in my opinion, since you can only use it once. It's an ego page, you're gonna have to reload it, basically, but it's gonna be your one guarantee to win the clash against an enemy with a very high block counter, and then a little bit of damage, like a cherry on top. However, the way it is now, it is not as strong, sadly, and it's merely like C tier, B tier if you build around it, C tier regularly. Oh god, I'm not gonna play any other video games today, am I? I'm just gonna take a look at these cards. I learn a lot right now, I have to admit, but I wanted to play some Shadowrun. I was looking forward to it all week, actually. Confession. we're in the next, we're in Hogma's floor. Bro. Floor of religion. It's gonna be down here, right? All the way down in Chinatown. What was a confession, right? Okay, let's set this up. Confession. I haven't really used these much, sadly. Fully recover stagger resist and purge all status ailments. Also applies to stagger librarians. For the duration of the reception, take 2 less stagger damage. It's all allies. That card is S tier. God, I can almost not navigate it. Here we go. S tier. I would say. That is pretty strong. Like, less stagger damage for all allies already is a power bump for every card in this game, in my opinion. Since most of them are single ally. It also unstaggers. Like, that's the next thing. Like, fully recovering stagger resist on all allies would already be strong. Unstaggering. Amazing. Purging all status ailments. Mwah. And then taking less stagger damage for the rest of the reception. Like, this card, it is the very definition of a positive card. Like, everything it does is just amazing. Everything it does could be a singular other card in some other floors, in my opinion. Like, fully recover stagger resist. That could be a card that could have been in Netzek's floor, right? Purge all status ailments. What about the Binah card that makes you immune against status ailments? Like, it's very similar. Obviously, immune is different to purging, but still. Taking less stagger damage. Like that, I could see that as an ego card, or abnormality page, rather, on some other floors. But it's everything in one neat little package. Hogma's floor is pretty good, if you can get to that point. As long as there are other allies that can be targeted, the selected librarian will not be targeted for attacks. This character is alive at the end of the reception. Resolve an additional book for every guest defeated. That is a very weird one, right? It's the first, like, page effect that goes outside of the battle. Which, if you farm, yeah, but there are certain effects that would work with that, but they are on other floors, right? So I wouldn't rate it as high. Guardian is merely C tier. I'm very sorry. Like, let's just disregard the farming aspect of it. Baptism is great, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, a 2-cost on play that returns to hand and recovers 6 HP and endurance. However, you can target an ally with it, so no matter who uses it, the ally will recover HP. So you can't use it on the nugget you have it on, but you can heal everyone else for like 6 HP once per turn, yes, or rather once per scene, and they're gonna get 1 endurance this scene though. So it's a pretty good way to like top yourself up a little. And it has some synergy with Apostles. It's definitely gonna be A tier. And Apostles might be S tier. I need to read up on it again. Divine Power. While this character is alive, all other allies gain 2 protection in every scene. If this character is used White Knight's Ego page, all allies also absorb instances of 3 or less damage. Does this mean in this scene? Or you only need to use it once, the White Knight Ego page? Because if you only need to use it once and then this triggers. But then again, 3 or less damage. That's not a lot. It's not a lot. Baptism, I wouldn't pick it ever. We have different ways to play Freeze, definitely. Like, you play this game in some kind of, like, in ways I can't even imagine. Like, I've seen some of your videos. Like, I would, like, that's just not the way I play. Man, Divine Power. The 2 protection is very good, however. I like the 2 protection. It's at least B tier. I've thought about protection recently. Due to Malka's flaw. We're gonna get to that later, sometime, I guess. If you stack up enough protection, can you just not take any damage at all every turn? Like if you just use cards with protection? And other allies that give you protection? Can you make an invincible nugget? That is my question. That is my question. Next up, Advent. For the duration of the reception, restore 2 light at the start of the scene on this ally. If he also has the Abnormality page Baptism, here we go. Effect is enhanced, target recovers 12 HP and gains 2 endurance this scene. It has endurance. You know me. I'm a sucker for endurance. Advent is gonna be 8 here. Like, I really like this. Restore 2 light. Just like that. Like, you can make a very strong nugget out of that. Again, synergy with Baptism makes it so strong though. Next up, Apostles. The next synergy. It's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. If you combine them together, you get like the Power Ranger. While this character is alive, all other allies deal additional damage. If you have used Baptism 12 or more times, this reception which would need like at least 12 turns, all allies also gain 1 power. I would bump this up to 2, to be honest, since 12 turns is quite a lot of time. Like, when are you ever gonna fight for 12 turns? So, yeah, Apostles is actually a weaker synergy than Advent. So it might be B tier, actually. It's not S tier, it's not A tier, it's B tier. And then we have, like, these ones. No? No, wait. Are we done with... No. Let's do the... Let's do these first. Before we do the mass attacks. Or rather the ego attacks. Oh, fuck me. It's a little bit finicky. Can you sort this? Like, do you get asked to sort? Yeah, I guess you get asked to sort it, Spiria. If you don't want to... Like, can you edit it still? If you don't want to split abnormality pages and ego pages, can you sort it, like, so... Like, they come one after another? Or do you have to do it by... No, it's not alphabetical. Only the Sephora alphabetical. I didn't get asked to sort it. Okay. Because that's a real shame, you know what I mean? Like, you want to do the abnormality pages first and then, like, take a look at these. You know what I mean? Anyway, Lean Bloody Wings. It's one of the build enabling ones. Like, if you build Block Hogma. Dealing damage on block. I very much like the mechanic. For me, it's a personal S tier. In general, it might be A or B, but for me, it's a personal S tier. And same as Gaze of Others. There's actually another way to play Gaze of Others, which is one-sided attacks. A lot of one-sided attacks, which makes this synergize with Guardian, I guess. Because you're not getting attacked, and as long as you don't take over, you can always make use of the additional damage. However, it's only damage. So I actually like it for the block dice power. It's gonna be A tier though. It's gonna be A tier. Let's see. Where's the one? Nostalgic Sound. That one seems very strong on paper, but it activates every 3 scenes. And again, how many fights are there that are very drawn out over several scenes? So I might like it, but in reality it's a B or maybe even a C tier. The time thing, it is build enabling, but hard to use. It's an A tier. If you have a very well set up deck where you can just pee around, you've won if you choose it. The Martyr, that's just shit. I don't really like that one. The 13th Toll, it needs 13 attacks. If you build around it, it might be good. It's B tier. I'm gonna be a little bit quicker here because otherwise it's gonna take all evening still. It will take all evening. I'm not gonna do anything else today, I feel like. If any character is staggered at the start of the scene, they take damage and allies gain strength. However, it's maxed out at 1 strength since multiple staggered enemies do not give more strength. If that wasn't the case, it would be great. Like, it's C tier, like this though. And we're now attention and focus. Wait, which one is this one? Oh yeah, this is the next one. Like, you can combine Lean Bloody Wings either with the Gaze of Others or with this. Would work either way. It's the thing. Sadly, you don't get both, right? That's the problem. Silence is fucking... I hate silence so much. Oh, I hate it so much. Like, you guys don't like... You don't like the small beak page? But do any of you like silence? What is S tier? Like, what are you going on about, Freeze and Blue? Time is already S tier? Yeah, if you... The problem is, I gotta be real honest with you, okay? I gotta be honest with, like, every single one of you. You fuckers need to fucking realize that I play this game very differently than you, just for the sake of talking while playing already, okay? Can we be real for a fucking second? Press P to win? Might work if you set it up correctly, yes. But there's also a way to play time, I guess, regularly. For one, if you're smart, and B, if you are able to concentrate on the game 102%. A lot of the things in this game, like, not shyness, but like the one with the today's expression, it only fucking works if you concentrate while playing, okay? And I can't concentrate. I can't even concentrate right now. Not even playing a video game. Just because I'm talking. Have you ever tried doing two things at once? For me, it's especially hard, since I might be legally disabled or something. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know it yet. But fuck. There's also a difference between, like, planning out a certain way to play the game. Like, Freeze, tell me, how long does it take you to come up with a specific strategy to beat a very hard encounter with one nugget, with certain mechanics, like interacting with each other? How many tries do you need to do? How hard is it to come up with that? How much of that is theory crafting in your head, or like on paper, and how much is trial and error? How many times do you need to re-record a try in order to get it off in before 2 minutes? Like, that's the thing that you guys might understand. Let's be honest, you that are watching right now, I feel like you understand me a little bit better than the regular people on YouTube that watch me, and maybe leave a comment, maybe don't leave a comment, maybe dislike, maybe don't dislike, maybe don't watch all of a video, maybe don't watch like any of my videos and just click through it. People generally don't understand that, for one, in general, people play games differently, but also it's very hard to play a game like this when you're not shutting up. You should see it. You should definitely see an incline of skill and my performance every time there's a speedrun segment. And if you're smart, you understand why. Because when I shut up and concentrate on the game, it's easier to play. The game is already very easy. I managed to wing by while talking and using subpar cards. But if you actually concentrate, like, harder stuff gets easier. That's what I want to say. And you can't hold me to your standards. You're playing this game alone, most likely. Maybe not all of you. Like, most of you are playing this game casually alone. Like, there's stuff like what Freeze does, which is its own category. It is legitimately crazy in my opinion, and I hold him in very high regards due to the fact that he comes up with this stuff and uploads it and shows it to others. And like, it's incredible. It's a big skill. I think you're very smart, Freeze. I think you're very smart. You're very good at card games. A lot of you obviously very good at card games, like Spiria as well, like with the help that I've gotten from Spiria with deck building. But I'm not good at card games, for one, and fuck me. Where am I going with this fucking rant? I don't even know. Let's continue. Heaven. I wish I was. Wait, that's a Mass Attack page. Wait. Not Mass Attack. It's an. Where am I? Here am I. Okay, Heaven. Sorry for that fucking rant. I had a very long day. I had such a long day. I'm so fucking done for today. I'm so sorry. Okay, you didn't need to hear that. I think I snapped a little just now. I lost my cool. It's good that I lose my cool, like, towards you and not like towards Babby, for example. Because Babby wouldn't understand my rants. Babby would just look at me. More often than not, she laughs while I'm trying to Not really discipline her, but while I'm trying to explain something to her, she's not allowed to do. But yeah, maybe you're the same. Maybe you're laughing at me right now. I could understand. You always suck. That's true, Blue. That's the problem, though. If you understand that I always suck, you got to the root of the problem, Blue. You understand me. If you say that, you understand me better than 99% of the people watching me. I played with my girlfriend. It disappears when I take my pills. I only read I played with my girlfriend. Like I was ready to congratulate you, Blue. I understand you. Thank you, Freeze. Okay, let's see. Anywhere around 10 minutes to 6 hours it takes. 6 hours. That's like crazy. Deck building is around about 30 minutes for single solo. Rest is RNG. That is wow. Okay. Okay. Heaven. Let's continue. Let's forget this little episode just now. Don't tell Angela. A ranged 3-cost card with a single dice, very high roll. It seals a speed dice. It's S tier, in my opinion. Sealing a speed dice, like letting your enemy not or act a little less, is strong. Is incredibly strong. I wish they had more interaction with sealing speed dice other than Yesod and this card, I guess. Dead Silence. Gain a speed die for the next scene. On Clash Win, destroy opponent's next die. It's a melee 12 to 20 clash. It's actually kind of easy to win this. It's very good. I haven't used it yet. It's very good. It's at least A tier. It's at least A tier. It might even be S tier. That is incredibly good. Gaining a speed dice as well. If you have enough light, obviously. Like, what use is an additional speed dice if you don't have enough light to use a card? Sound of a Star. A mass attack. Summation 20 to 35. Deal damage and stagger damage equal to half of user's current stagger resist. Whoa! Have I read this correctly when I did the realization? I can't remember. Obviously you won't know because the video isn't out yet, but that seems fucking broken. That's an A tier. That could be an S tier. How expensive is it? It costs 6, okay. Isn't that incredibly strong? That is incredibly strong. Sound of a Star is fun. Insta-stagger all unnamed filler units. Does this go before the damage it deals anyway? Or how do you stagger with it? Because, like, by virtue of this effect, you can only deal half. Well, maybe with other attacks as well, if you combine it with other attacks. I very much would like to, and that's another thing that I have restricted myself due to the way I play this game. I very much would like to build a floor that has all the pages that have inbuilt mass attack pages. And then just go ham every turn with a lot of mass attacks. Like get PT, get Xiao, get Lowell, get Maxime, get like some of the other rabbits. Like have a lot of mass attack pages and just go ham every turn. I would love that. But I would need to switch around so much stuff, and again, it's not the way I play the game. I'm looking forward to completing the game, and then I'm gonna do an additional playthrough, all on my own. In my pace, the way I like to play, like building as many meme decks as I would like. Without people getting on my case about this. I'm so much looking forward to that. There's a certain certain optimism I have towards that compared to what I currently feel. Mass attack, 5 cost, penitence. All allies recover 15 HP and stagger resist. It's not really the attack that counts on this one. It's this, right? You're gonna top up everyone. 15 might not seem much, but it's at least B tier. It might even be A tier. Man, Hogma's floor is crazy good. I need to equip his nuggets better, then I can use him properly. And then with Paradise Lost, I haven't done this one successfully yet. like, what tier is it in your opinion, everyone? What tier is Paradise Lost? Is it A tier? Is it S tier? Maybe it's not as good even. S? I would think so. It would seem like the type to be an S tier. D? Freeze doesn't like it. Hogma is basically a better Netsack. Yeah. Oh. Oh shit. What happened? Oh. No, wait. Why is it going to melee? Oh god, we've listened to it for 1 hour. Here you go. I've looped it now. Do we want something else? Nah, we don't. We don't want anything else. I like Angela watching me like that, with a little smirk on her face, you know. Theme 2 is a little bit too upbeat for what we're currently doing, I think. We can bump this up there a little bit. Okay, it's S. I have to put it in unknown since I legitimately don't know. And I will have to say that a lot about the upcoming cards because I haven't really used Roland's Floor. Roland's Floor. That's gonna be all the way at the top, isn't it? Here we go. The floor of general works. It just generally works. Sword of Frost. Upon winning a clash, inflict bind. 50% chance. Deal additional stagger damage against targets with bind. Seems very similar to the card we had on Horde's Floor, right? Isn't it almost exactly the same except for this part? That seems wrong. Isn't there... I wish there was more interaction with bind, actually. It just makes enemies slower. So it's not really that strong, actually. Like I would say it's B tier, though, since... Nah, let's put it C tier. A Kiss is at least A tier, might even be S tier. I haven't used it much, but again, on paper, after winning 2 or more clashes with a single combat page, like that's the clinch. You need to do this, and then you inflict an Ice Splinter, and then characters with 3 or more are immobilized, which is basically fuck all of their speed dice for 1 turn. It's Stagger. It's Stagger. Straight up Stagger. However, you need to win the clashes on 1 combat page. So that's why I wouldn't put it S tier. I would put it A tier. Which I did. Good. Next up is Blizzard. Blizzard is again just stagger everyone for 1 turn. Currently it's the only tier of 3, so you're forced to use it if you get that high. I don't really rate it that highly, but it is still it scales with amount of enemies, really. If there's a lot of enemies, it's very good, since you stagger them all. Like no damage, taking no damage for a turn. Being able to deal a lot of damage for 1 turn. It's solid, yeah. It's definitely solid like ice, I would say. Next is Blood. Blood is... Again, a weird-ass card with defensive dice power thrown in the mix. Which does make a lot of sense. You're never gonna use that one, let's be honest. Why would you use Blood? We all know what you're using, like on tier 2, you're using one of these, right? Or Aspiration. Aspiration is just straight up good, for example. Aspiration is A tier. Let's do that right now. Aspiration is A tier, definitely. Pulsation is you gain 1 to 2 strength at the end of each scene. At the end of each scene, if the labyrinth did not deal any damage. That's a very high drawback. It's a very high, like, which makes it weaker. I'll put it in C tier. It's not that great. It's only 1 to 2 strength. Learning? Oh, Learning is a card. The page is also added to the deck at the start of subsequent acts. Yeah. Learning is a card that I think is severely underrated. Thinking about that you're just straight up able to copy your enemy's hand. It scales with your enemy's cards. And some of the enemies have very crazy cards. So the only problem is, how do you roll higher on the exactly same card? So you need, like, your ranges are exactly the same. The only thing that is the decider is either feeble or power or strength, I guess. But if you win the clash, or some effects, you know, on the cards get used as well, right? So if a card of your enemy has an on-use effect, does this get used as well, or does it only... No, it only replaces the dice. So it doesn't straight up copy the page. Okay. But still, that's pretty good, I would say. Niche, but amazing in certain fights. Yeah, that's what I think. I'll put it in B. Because it's a little bit of a niche card, you're right. We need to zoom out a little bit more again. Gonna complain about being blind in a second. Scars is less damage from slash, right? What is this about? What is this card about? This feels very early. Like they've implemented this card like at the point in the game where something like that would have been good. Then again, it scales. However, later on, enemies are just not specialized on one attack type anymore. That's the next problem. Oh, it's a C tier. It's a C tier card. Lies and Curiosity, should we put them up to A already? Like, they were S, I guess, but they've been nerfed as far as I'm aware, right? They tie in very well together, though. Lies works on its own better than Curiosity, right? But then again, Curiosity also works on its own by now. Is it still as good now that we have the Black Silence, though? Is it still as good? Doesn't he have a passive that draws pages or something? Doesn't he always have 4 pages as well? Or am I misremembering something? Lies is not nerfed. Curiosity still makes it so you can run 0 draw decks. Learning turns counter dice into real dice, which causes weird interactions. That's an interesting phrase. Scars versus Well-Worn Parasol. You're right. On one card you're guaranteed to take less damage, on the other one you have a 30% chance. Sometimes I just like to roll the dice. You should know me by now. Like, I like to either roll high or not at all. I am the funny prank of players, I guess. I like using them both on Marine's page, so I don't have to deal with page draw and can focus on buffing the team. Yeah, the buff cards are kind of expensive, like Coordinated Assault. It's a very strong card, but expensive. Do not use Lies on Black Silence, or we'll come to your house and eat you. Sexy, Speria. Don't know, that's my fetish. Oh god, we're almost through! We're more than halfway through, I would say. Pale Hands. I like Pale Hands. After 3 successful attacks on the same target, deal additional stagger damage. Resets upon attacking a different target. The thing is, like with later cards, you're very likely to either focus someone and thus deal 3 successful attacks, or like you could do this even in a single card. That's the thing. I rate Pale Hands very high. A, I would say. A. It's a good focus card. Fervent Beats. I need to read up on that again. It's a weird one. Selected librarian dies at the end of this 3rd scene after this page was chosen. Gain 4 strength, endurance, haste, to protection each scene until death. Is there any proper use for that? If you rank Pale Hands above Sword of Frost. What? Wait. Yeah, okay, I can see what you mean. I can see what you mean. Why not both? Why not both, Speria? Why not both, okay? Where's Sword of Frost? Why is it C? Let's put it up to B, okay? I'm gonna bump it up, and I'm gonna bump down Pale Hands. We're gonna meet in the middle. They're on the same tier now. Let's see. Huh? So the frost not A. No! It's not for me. I haven't used Roland's floor much. You should know. This is how bargain works. Yeah, we're gonna come together. We're gonna like find a compromise, you know. Tier list. Tier list. The like German gaming of gaming, I guess. What about Fervent Beats now? I would say it's a D tier. Like it's not. There's not real much use to that, except for if you like have a suicide nugget and think, okay, let's go all out now. And we're down to Melka's floor. Yay! Now I can talk about a very specific thing I have in mind for Malkav. However, I would need to pardon me. I choked hard. Oh god. I choked harder and quicker than I could mute myself. I'm very sorry. I don't really like that. I really dislike when people sneeze or smack or like cough into the microphones. I need to drink something though. I'm gonna mute myself again, okay? Because I need to cough it out. Okay, everyone, I kind of regret to inform you that Lambda is indeed dead. I'm Delta. Hi, how's it going? I'm the better skill-wise of the two. So let's do this tier list all over again. Just imagine. Malka's floor. The floor of history. Now, I've taken a look at the floor of history, and I want to build a single nugget deck. And I assume someone like Freeze will have thought about it already. Freeze. Or anyone else. Yeah, maybe someone else has thought about this. Can you combine Barrier of Thorns together with Spores, together with Ashes, to build a nugget that deals more damage every time it takes damage than it takes? You know what I mean? Like, with Ashes, you inflict 1 to 3 burn to the attacker. With Spores, you inflict 1 to 3 burn and bleed to the attacker. So that's a guaranteed 2 burn, for example, and a guaranteed 1 bleed. Possibly higher. And then, with Barrier of Thorns, you deal a guaranteed 2 to 8 damage. And inflict Bind. Also, you might recover HP. Equal to the amount of damage. Oh, pardon me. It's still not out yet. So I thought about doing this, getting a very tanky key page, getting some defensive bonuses, maybe. However, not defensive bonuses in the ways of like blocking, because if you block you don't take damage, the enemy doesn't attack you. But defensive bonuses in the way of protection. Since protection straight up reduces the damage you take, same as grit, for example. So if you somehow manage to get hit, but take 1 or 0 or 2 damage even, and you also heal up every turn a little bit, you know, so you can continuously keep getting hit. Like, there's 2 things that are a little bit of a problem with that is get to the point where you have all of these cards on the nugget you want to use it on, and then somehow make it that this nugget is the one that's being attacked. So you would need to have a way to kill off everyone else once you reach that point. And you need to reach that point. Like these 2 problems I'm currently facing. Because I would love to build just I said it before, I'll say it again. In games, I build very specific archetypes. These archetypes are either damage over time with like bleed or burn or something, or a tank, like with either 2 shields or thorns damage, basically. Like deal damage when you take damage. I love that. I love that in video games. If possible, I always build around these builds. It's for 1 nugget threads. Yeah, but oh, I would love it if it worked. Someone did that. Oh, right. Okay, thank you, Spirit. We're gonna watch this immediately. I need to see this in action. Let's pause this right now. I'm excited about this. I haven't looked it up. I wouldn't have been able to find it as well because I can't into Korean. It's a beautiful, beautiful mod, by the way. Wow, amazing work. Okay, let's watch this on quicker. Sounds weird. Oh, against Gebura, interesting. He survived that long by using all block dice, I guess. And now he's just not gonna do anything anymore? Is that it? Wait. Okay, now we need to slow it down again because I actually kind of want to see how it works in action. So, she's on 28 and 5 currently. 32, and she lost 1 bleed stack. No, wait, it's the other bleed stack that increases. She gained 3 bleed stacks, actually. Look at this. She gained 3 bleed stacks, which is an offset of 2. Like, she lost 1, but gained 3. And 4 burn on this attack. 5 burn on this one. Only 1 bleed. 2 bleed, and what was it? 38, right? So 37, and another 5 burn. And obviously, it scales with... Why is she not taking any damage? How is he not taking any damage? How did he do that? If only I could speak Korean, then I could, like, decipher this. Fuck. However, that's the key page I would have chosen as well. That's the key page because he's getting endured against the damage type he's taken the most. Oh, look at that. That's me. He's getting endured against the damage type he's taken the most of last turn. So if you have an enemy like Gebura, it makes sense with her that deals specific type of damage like a lot. You're gonna be perma-endured against that. And then I'm very sure there must be grid in there because grid is on a... Oh, well, it might not be because I can't see the... Grid is a 2 cost? Is it a... Is grid the violet one? I don't know. Toughness? Is that what it's called? Yeah. He's using Olivier page and Dog 1 page. Why the Dog 1? The Angela is spoiled as a workshop skin. Yeah, I thought as much. That this is a mod. That's why I said beautiful mod. Fabric. You can't just throw in singular words in here, guys. Sorry. They don't tell me anything. Long 1 passive plus Boris passive plus Olivier page plus a passive from Ensemble Rewards. Oh, okay. Okay. I can look forward to that. Thanks for not spoiling it, Spiria. That's a very spoiler-free way to put it. Fabric is a passive reward from the year's reception. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's okay. I thought as much that you're gonna get something out of fighting these guys because I think they even said that in the patch notes or something. It's like a grit and toughness kind of effect. Nice. So people are not gonna be too angry if I build my market floor like that. Oh, just look at that. It is beautiful. She's up to 90 burn stacks now. I couldn't pull it off that successfully yet. Getting awfully low though. But here we go! How much damage did that deal in one turn? More than 113 damage in one turn. It's due to burn, it's an effect that ramps up so well. And bleed too. Why is she debuffed so hard? Oh, it's the bind. It's the bind, of course. It's the bind. Yeah, because it also inflicts bind. Like, there's a little bit of heal you can see going on here, like +5. Sometimes she just takes straight up damage, but that could be the bleed effect as well. Here we go, +2. Getting there. Like, I wish he could have he would have shown us how he got to this point. Like, how he reacted to, I guess, just straight up counter dice and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy good. I love that. Thank you for linking it. It's exactly what I wanted to do. It's beautiful. I can't put it any other way. It's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so that's why I had this little prelude. That's why I'm gonna rate Spores on an A, for example. Vines, I thought Vines was strong, but then it got explained to me it's only on that act, so it's not as strong anymore. It's C. Worker Bee is a weird one. The enemy who dealt the most damage to the selected librarian is marked, so that's basically like the Queen Bee. And the other allies, which are gonna be the Worker Bees, deal more damage. It's not good. Like, more damage is, most of the time, it's not really worth it. If it was power, it would be great. Barrier of Thorns, again, is going to be A tier because of the way it works for me. Loyalty. Oh, good lord. At the start of the scene, all allies gain strength based on the amount of damage the librarian took in the previous scene. There must be a way to game this. There must be a way to game this. It seems like a straight up... It's not straight up better than the one on Gebura's floor because it needs 8 damage instead of 5. But it's on all allies. Instead of just Gebura, for example. Or rather, instead of just the nugget you use on Gebura's floor. It's B tier at least. You can definitely use it, I think. Malice. Oh, Malice again is the card I severely misunderstood. At the start of the scene, all enemies take damage inversely proportional to the amount of HP. A minimum of 4, a maximum of 16. This doesn't trigger every scene afterwards, does it? Otherwise it would be specified? It's only for this scene? Or, no, then it would say at the start of this scene. So it does trigger every scene, right? This scene? It's this scene. Here. It's every scene. It does not... Oh god, fuck me, it's getting complicated now. What? It triggers every scene. Okay, so it is as good as I thought. Figuring out the difference between damage and power was a massive step for me. Yeah, for me too, Blue. And I have to thank my stream for that, I think. The Gebura deck building opened up my eyes to a lot of the mechanics, I would say, actually. The wiki's not always up to date. Oh, that's the old version. They nerfed it? It's fucking dog shit then. What? Okay, so if it's only for one scene, it's D tier, sadly. It would work. It would work in tandem with what I want to do otherwise, you know? It would just be straight up damage. Like, ideal to everyone. But if it's only one scene, it's fucking bad. Ashes, again, due to like what I want to do, is A tier. And where's the puppet? This display of affection. Man, if you get it, it's great. I love it. A tier, definitely. Matchlight, I actually kind of like it. It's B tier. Like the ones on Malkav, I don't even need to read that much. Gluttony is amazing in my opinion. It can top up a single nugget so easy. Predation is pretty bad. I don't know if I wouldn't put it D tier though. There's some uses for it. Which one is the one with the cost reduction? Here we go. Happy Memories is actually pretty good if you use it correctly. And then the Display of Affection or whatever it's called. No, the Nostalgic Embrace. Here we go. Is B tier. Because if it triggers, it's pretty good. But it's like the thing if it triggers. Fairy's Care sucks, right? Fairy's Care? Is that the one? It sucks a little? Yeah. That's like the drawback is too big for this one. Footfalls as well. Like, does anyone ever use that? It feels like it's more harm than good, to be honest. I do remember it being one scene. I might need to check. It is actually kind of easy to check, but I guess no one really bothered. I should have updated the database. Wow, you're updating the database? Arcane, are you magic? I genuinely never understood how the teddy bear cards work. They are kind of weird, but I really like them. Like, Display of Affection is great, though. I love it. I remember using it so much on Harry, and it carried me hard. It's very hard to get, though. Because somehow it feels like it's very hard to get, like, negative emotion coins and then Display of Affection on Malkov's floor. Here we go, the Mass Attack pages. Obviously, 4th Match Flame. For me, it's my own... Okay, people are gonna shit on me. It's my own personal S tier. I love 4th Match Flame. And Green Stem is my own favorite personal A tier card. I love the Mass Attack pages on Malkov's floor. They are what's carrying the floor for me. If you use both in the same turn, you're gonna stagger the enemies. That's it. Wingbeat has some very good uses. It's B tier. Forgotten C tier. Wait, why did I not put Wingbeat? I put another card accidentally. Where did I get this card from? It's down here somewhere. It's a magical card. Wingbeat. Wingbeat was B. Hornet is C, I would say as well. It's like the Forgotten, like the singular dice ones are kind of like niche to use. And then we're on Let's Explore already. Not gonna play Shadowrun today. Fuck my ass. The Floor of Arts. We need to go down a little bit. A little bit, I say. Here we go. Oh, fuck me. Might not be able to record if this goes on. Shit. Flower Petals. I feel like Freeze is the in-house expert for Let's Explore what I've seen in the videos. Every time the librarian sustains damage greater than 10% of the max HP, all allies recover 3 to 9 stagger resist. Does all allies include the nugget, the single ally nugget, or not? That's what I always think about when it's about allies. Like, does it include the specific nugget it's being used on or not? I love Wingbeat just because of how satisfying it is to beat up an enemy. Yeah, if you get the roll, it's great. I love the recycle dice. I wish there was more recycle in this game. It's one of my favorite mechanics of the sweepers. Remember when Director used Match Flame and rolled a 10? Oof. I did the database for the Aeon website. I also updated the wiki once. I miss his streams. Well, I guess he has work to do. I think the streams were mostly to promote the game a little. It works on the librarian too. Okay, thank you, Neverstar. So it's actually not too bad if you can somehow heal up the damage you take, because you can continuously keep using it. It's not only like 10 times and then you're dead. If you get over the threshold again, you're gonna keep using it again, I believe. So Flower Petals would be... I think it's an A tier actually. If you can use it, use it. And put it on the person on the nugget that takes a lot of damage, I would say. Laughing Part is just better. Yeah, yeah, you're right. We might... You're right, Laughing Part. Where is it actually? It's like... Laughing Part is definitely A tier. Upon taking a hit, recover stagger resist to characters and stagger. It triggers, like, every time. And sometimes the enemy hits you for less and then it recovers, I think. Which makes it so strong. That's the thing. It's sometimes the power in this game is all over the place. It's very weird. Ever repeating performance, is that it? Ever repeating performance, yeah. Add an ever-repeating performance page to the hand. Ends the scene. At the start of the next scene, uses HP and stagger resist return to the values they had when acquiring this page. Fully restore light. Oh, I never really got this one actually. So if you take this very early and then your nugget gets low, like is on the verge of dying, and you use that, you do a tabula rasa and you go back to the point in time, at least nugget wise, health and stagger wise, and you fully restore light. That is actually pretty good then. That is pretty good. You can build around that, you can play around that. You don't even need to build around that, it's just straight up good. It's definitely A tier, it might be S tier. Fancy words? What's a fancy word? Next up is Autumn's Passing. Upon a successful pierce attack, inflict 1 aroma. At the start of the scene, take stagger damage equal to the amount of aroma in half the stack. Was it Spirit that told me that it's a straight up like worse burn or something? I agree now. Autumn's Passing is like D tier. You need to pierce. It's only stagger. It halves the stack. It's stagger burn but worse. Yeah, maybe it was you, Freeze. Maybe it was both of you. There's a term I haven't heard in a while. Tabula rasa is a blank slate. Yeah, I think it's getting more, like the expression is more used in German than it is in English, I guess. Tabula rasa. Fervent Adoration. Oh, that's one I love because it's chaos and random and chance. All enemies target random characters, including their own allies, for 2 scenes. They deal additional damage as well, which, like, it's not that great, but I just like it because it can make for some very funny situations, which, again, it's my own personal favorite on Let's Explore, and hence it's gonna be A tier. It's trash. It's a meme, but I love it. Yeah, it is trash, and we all love it, I think. Hence the A. Like, A is obviously the best letter in all of this, right? All the good things start with A. Spring's Genesis, like anal. Each scene, a petal attaches to a random character. After the character with the petal takes 4 hits in a single scene, all characters take 3 to 7 stagger damage, and the character becomes untargetable for the next scene. Like, the random character is one of your nuggets, right? This is a very complicated card. Like, it's very weirdly written. And if you take 4 hits with your nugget, all other characters, including your other nuggets, I assume, take stagger damage, but your nugget is untargetable next scene. This is the enabler for... It attaches to an enemy? Oh, okay, it attaches to an enemy, but the nugget with the card you gave it to, he becomes untargetable. Why does it not say a random enemy then? Like, the wording is... it's sometimes more confusing than it needed to be, in my opinion. Because sometimes they talk enemies, sometimes they say librarian, sometimes they say character, and it's... most of the time they mean the same thing. This is the stealth enabling thing, yes. Okay, so an enemy gets this card. You hit it 4 times. Everyone takes stagger damage, including your nuggets though. Including the nugget that has this card as well? All characters? Like, all characters? No exception? The translator said chucklefucks. I love the word chucklefucks so much, Spirit. You're making me smile. It's just how Project Moon wrote it. How would you know, Freeze? Are you Korean? Everyone takes a stagger damage, including the user. Okay, thank you, Arcane. However, the user is being untargetable for the next scene. Can you? I actually don't know, since I haven't really paid enough attention, I guess. Can you cycle that every scene? Can you be permanent stealthy? Like, in the stealth turn, if you attack the enemy? No, right? That would be too broken. There has to be a cooldown. You can chain it? But wouldn't you always be in stealth with this character then? Why do people call it stealth anyway? Because your character is grayed out and no one attacks them. You can become permanently stealthed? Okay. That's S tier then. That's definitely S tier, and I might need to, like, maybe people can give me a little bit of input on my current NetSec floor is weird. I gave, like, NetSec's Angels, I gave them ranged cards, I gave them very strong ranged cards, and I gave them the bonuses for the first turn. However, one problem I have with the first turn is that the key pages I gave them have a maximum light of 3 at the start. So I can only ever use either a 2-cost card and a 1-cost card together, or I can use a big 3-cost card as a ranged card. And they deal a lot of damage, you know, they stagger a lot. But after that, their decks are kind of useless. Especially since maybe I need to change it. Maybe I should give them, as a base, I should give them the Rabbit deck instead of giving them the base Catriel deck. Because I think, no, I gave them a base farm deck or something. I don't know. I don't really know. With the rabbits, I had something else in mind, though. I need a floor for this still, because I thought about using it on Gebura, but I want to do solo Gebura. For the rabbits, I had in mind the haste card. I think it's called Godspeed. The haste card of Olivier with a lot of haste. Rabbits inherently gain a lot of haste. By gaining charge and spending charge and like being below a certain threshold and stuff. And Godspeed also gives you haste, I believe. And it gives you power if you are above a certain speed. So if you continuously just use Godspeed, which is 2 dice, yeah, it's not a lot, but they're being powered up quite nicely, I think. And I wanted to do that, but I was undecided because I actually wanted to solo Gebura. And I have no other floor available for memes anymore, sadly. If I build my hot floor the way I want to build it, I haven't done this yet. My hot floor is the one that, like, I need to revise my Hogma floor, and I need to fully rebuild my hot and my Cater floor, and then I'm ready to rumble, basically. So I might not record today. I might do that after the stream. We might do it together, who knows? Like, as a cheeky little bonus. Okay. Makes some receptions pretty easy. I guess we're still talking about the stealth. Are you using the full stop passives on the gunners? I am, Spirit, yes. Godspeed is not really that good. I think Rush Down is just better in most cases. Which one is Rush Down? Man, I like this website. As long as I don't get spoiled, suddenly. But the way it's built up, like showing me the reds first, for example. Rush Down. Rush Down. Offensive dice deal +1 damage for the scene. Reduce, it's a 1 cost. Reduce power of current's defensive die by 2. Inflict burn. Is it comparable? Let's open up Godspeed. It's just that I wish there was some more interaction with haste. Oops. Like, obviously, if you use it... I thought about using it on Gebura, since she has the Mio passive, you know, with more speed means more damage, or rather more power. Like, it has the same cost. A 3-7, 3-7, 3-8, 3-7. If speed is 7 or higher, all dice gain 1 power, and you also gain 1 haste next scene. You're kind of buffing yourself up for the next scene. Or this scene, or both. This is just straight up 1 more damage. This is the big one, I think. Reduce power of target's current defensive die. Like, if the enemy tries to defend, you're just gonna break through it easily. And then you burn them. If you're using full stop passives on gunners, it might be worth taking somewhat full stop gun cards with 3 dice. Since more dice mean more power. Yeah, that's what I did. Problem is, it exhausts them. You need the rabbits to not exhaust. You know? And the not exhaust passive is incredibly expensive. So you would need to use the rabbits as a base. So I might have to change that. I might have to use the rabbits for gun memes rather than haste memes. I need to decide on one or the other. Enough of that. Let's continue with this before we get like even more sidetracked. Finale. Whenever the selected librarian staggers an enemy, all enemies lose light. At the next scene. Oh, it would be so good if it wasn't like that you need to stagger the enemy with the selected librarian. It is good if you go solo. Shimmering. That's right. Fuck shimmering. Solo, for some receptions, it has its uses. It might be C tier, actually. It might be C tier. Echoes from Beyond. That's the weird one. That's just so. Am I the only one that thinks that this is just incredibly bad? Like, it needs its own tier as well. It needs an Echoes from Beyond tier. And then we put like Crimson Scar along with it. It sucks. It is shit tier, yeah. Okay, and then we have Pebble. I like Pebble. Pebble's pretty nice. It dictates what you use again, but it is it's not as bad as like the gift one, for example. So I would say it's at least C tier. I personally would put it up to B, but I can see why it's not that useful, I guess. Fawns? Successful pierce attack, inflict 1 frill to the target. Again, another inflict on pierce, you know? Against targets with 5 or more frill, deal additional damage and stagger damage and remove all stacks of frill. If it didn't remove, if it was just build up, and then you get the rewards. Because it takes a lot of time to build up. So you can reap the rewards if you, like, put in the time. It would be good. Oops. The way it is currently, it is just bad, though. It's not D tier, but it's definitely C. Tentacles? That's the one that decreases max stagger, right? This one is weird. But it's definitely better than, like, Fawns. Might actually be a successful pierce attack. His floor just gets shoehorned into pierce so hard, though. That's the problem. And you don't even really want to use it that much. On a successful pierce attack, reduced max stagger resist. I would say that's a B tier. Is there like some good uses for that? 5 frill for 2 to 7 stagger damage? Yeah. You will never want the enemy to survive being staggered. Well, bosses do survive 1 stagger phase most of the time. But I said earlier, like, how many bosses survive 2 stagger phases? Not a lot, I hope. Like, by the 2nd stagger phase, you will have killed the boss. You should kill it in the first one, you're right about that, but, you know, I suck. We established that earlier. Teardrop, on death, all characters. Fuck this shit, actually. On death effects in this game are just so weird. Pleasure, upon taking a hit, receive. What is the point of this one, actually? Can you I mean, you can combine it with Laughing Powder. Almost negate it. You know? It could still be like 1 stagger damage you take additionally. And then restore light. But is that really the only use? Like taking Pleasure and Laughing Powder together? Because otherwise you would never use that. Oh, this is so weird. I'm gonna put it in D, but it could be C or even B if you use them together. Okay. Incomprehensible. Where is it? On a one-sided attack, inflict 1 feeble and disarm to the target at a 40% chance. Likelihood increases by 10% for every successful attack. 3 times... Like, what does... Like, this is another wording again. 3 times per engagement. This is the only time a wording like that comes up in the entire game, I think. But that's pretty good if you're stealthy, I guess, since it will always be one-sided attacks. Man, I'm gonna make a stealthy knapsack. Fuck this shit. Stealthy knapsack with a strong first. But, oh man, I'm gonna put it C tier. I don't know, I haven't really used it much. Token of Friendship? What's that one again? That's good, but not that useful. And now we have the Mass Attack pages. I think Da Capo is pretty good. If I can remember correctly. Yeah, Da Capo is an A tier, definitely. In my opinion. It is expensive, but if you do hit them, Like, it has a lot of nice effects. Problem is hitting them, since they are not that strong. That's the only problem with the card. And the cost, I guess. And then we have this. If target is staggered, deal additional damage. This one works well if you do focus on Pierce. And if you have all of the Pierce effects, because it will trigger them all at once. However, again, you need to build Pierce, so Faint Aroma is gonna be it's gonna be a C tier, gotta be honest. Like, it's too expensive for what it does. It's similar to, well, I guess it's similar to what is the other one called? Yeah, Green Stem. It's similar to Green Stem, but somehow I just like Green Stem more. I don't know why. And then we have the fragments from somewhere. Ranged. Deal stagger damage to target. That is just random damage. Or better. Yes, it's only one target, but it's at least B tier. Our Galaxy, that's the one that heals. That's B tier as well, like as a good top-up heal. Pretty good. And it's a mass attack. It's a shame it's individual like that, because it's kind of weak this way, but it's also expensive this way. Which, yeah. The bonus requires him to be staggered. Yeah, that's the thing with it. It should just deal stagger damage, and then it would be not fixed but strong, I guess. Pleasure. Gain power equal to target's emotion level. So it's up to 5 power. And the last dice is rolled 3 times. On hit, it inflicts 3 bleed next scene. So it's a strong bleed kind of thing, where the first dice will always break through most likely. And the last one is recycled a bit. Ugh. That's C tier. I don't really like it. That's a problem for me with Net 6 floor. Okay, we're now on the floor of little girls peeing. Raph. To be honest, I would like Raph even without Nihil. I would like Raph. Raph is for me another one of these fun cards. The way you would need to rate Tipper's Floor is to ask whether you have Nihil or not. But even without, I like Raph, to be honest. That's the thing. So I'm gonna rate it A. Magical Girls. I haven't used this one, actually. Well, all 4 Magical Girl pages are in hand. What are the pages? What do they do? Librarian gains strength. It's not affected by Feeble Disarm or Bind. It's just bad? 1 sec. I would put it in unknown. Let's put it in unknown because I don't know. 0 nuggets with free cost. It's a shame they can't use mass attack pages. That's what I wanted to say. It's a shame they can't use mass attack pages when they're being like automated, like with P as well. Companion is just, it's like Mark but good. The selected librarian defeats a companion. Well, I guess it's more conditional since you need to defeat them. So let's bump it down to C instead of B. Void. Does Void do again? And then all returns to the Void page to the hand. Oh, yes! Like, this one has some proper uses. This one has some proper uses. I'm pretty sure you can somehow game this one. But that's the thing, you need to game it. It's gonna be C tier. If you don't game it. Acidic Sludge. Erosion. If you had a way to like renew the erosion. No mass attack page. Like Blind Rage. That should inflict erosion in my opinion. If you could somehow keep up the erosion, you know, keep it going as a separate debuff. That would be cool. Other than that, it's just... Then again, it is guaranteed damage. It is 5 and then 4, so 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 2, it's 15 damage, right? It's 15 like guaranteed damage on everyone over the course of 5 scenes, right? And then you take the bonus damage if you get attacked as well. So it's a guaranteed 15 plus X, where X is the like amount of attacks. Jan also has erosion stuff. Oh yeah, what's it called? Lock? Is it the lock card or the other one? Can't quite remember the name. Pages that you get all have stats like this. Let me take a look. Can I just use this one? Oops. Oops, I didn't copy the link apparently. Here we go. Forlorn Despair. Huh? Oh. Exhaust this page and restore 1 life. Oh, you exhausted though. So there's no way to get it back. So you lose the effect of the abnormality card. As a last ditch attempt to like salvage something though. Could work. Interesting, actually. Actually interesting. So Acidic Sludge it's a C tier. It's not bad, but it's a C tier, I would say. Nihil. Like, depending, Nihil is either D or A, or S rather. Let's put it on S because I love it when I pull it off. Next up is Love. That's the thing. Like, these cards, the Queen of Hatred cards, are all great, in my opinion. They're all great. Like, Hate, not the best, but Love and Justice, amazing. At least A tier, both of them. I love using them every time. And Hate is gonna be a B tier. And then what is the other one? Like, this one. Despair, in my opinion, is the craziest page in the game, because whenever an ally dies, all allies gain, and that's the kicker, 1 to 3 strength and haste, and all enemies gain 2 fragile. Like, the enemy thing is not as important, but well, it is kind of important, I guess, but it's only fragile. But like, it can stack up so high. Isn't that a possible of 12 strength on the last remaining nugget? Oh, it's for 1 scene? Oh shit. Oh yeah, well then it is crap, you're right. Oh fuck me, you just killed the page for me. Fucking D tier. Fucking D tier now. An ally dying is not a small thing. It is when you're planning on going Nihil on Tippereth. They don't really matter. Once they've served the purpose of generating emotion coins, they don't really matter anymore. Blessing is one way you need to pay attention, which means for me it is like C tier. Because I don't know my resistances by heart. Let's see, what else? Like, it's a sword sharpened by tears. Again, I assume you can game this. However, the max is 12. But if you use a deck with very low like ranges, where you have a high chance to roll the max attack, but then again it's only on Pierce, so it's C. It's C. And we have Greed. What does Greed do again? Oh yeah, if you win it by 4 or higher, bonus damage. Like, again, like, we have to assume that we have Nihil, but let's assume we don't have Nihil. Nihil, we assume we have it. All the others we assume we don't have it. And then Greed would be like C, because there's some uses for it. Sometimes you deal just, or rather you roll higher. Sometimes you don't. Intemperance. I remember these ones being good too. If the first die of a page wins a clash, destroy all remaining dice at a 1 in 4 chance to. That's B tier. I kind of like that one. Road to Happiness. Gain endurance every clash 1 in a scene. It's endurance, you know what this means. I love it. Are we done with that? Oh my god, afterwards it's only yes thought. I need to save download this afterwards without fucking it up and without showing you my hentai folder. The sword sharpened by tears. A ranged cost for PS on hit. Seal a speed dice. Oh! It's another seal. A double seal even. I didn't even know that. Like, that's an A tier in my opinion then. You're not likely to have any like pierce or ranged bonuses on Tippereth's floor, I believe, but well, hitting is kind of easy with ranged sometimes. Okay, next up is Gold Rush. That's the expensive one that restores light, though. That's what people have pointed out, which legitimately I think it is S tier then. No, I'm not gonna show you my hentai folder. Stop it. It's very private. Don't even ask me. Blind Rage. Targets all other characters. That is just... No. No! Nihil. If there are no pages in hand, inflict 4 feeble disarm, bind, and paralysis to all enemies this scene and next scene. You need to play every card on hand and Nihil in order to trigger this. Very conditional. It's C tier. In the name of love and hate, a mass attack just... Like, this is the very definition of a straight up just vanilla mass attack, right? It's just a singular summation. Doesn't even do anything other than deal damage. However, very solid C tier, I would say. Okay, and Yesod's floor it is. The floor of where the crap is the technological sciences and a little bit up, I guess. Why did I... It's the same thing, but one I use for these and the other one I use for the other. Whatever. Eternal Rest. Which one is this one again? Additional damage with the enemy with the lowest current HP. Like, I rated that one very high, but let's be honest, it's just a C tier. Since it's damage. Lament, however, is the one that seals, right? That is S tier in my opinion. Where did I put it? Accidental C tier. Sealing speed dice is just... Oh no, that's the additional stagger damage. Okay, then it's only A tier. Where's... Oh, Coffin is the other one called, right? There it is, Coffin. It's a problem, they all look the same. I need to remember the names, not the pictures. And then we have Request. Targets all other characters, exhausts on use. I have a question regarding exhaust. Lament is shit? I kind of like it. I have a question regarding the exhaust and request. If you use the rabbit key page, does it exhaust still or not? Because it's a ranged card with exhaust. And with the rabbit key pages, ranged cards by default don't exhaust. Right? It's a mass attack, not a ranged attack. Oh yeah, okay, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. Mass attack and vision. Oh man, it would be great if you could keep it. It would be great. Alas, the way it is, it's not great. Well, it has some uses. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It has some uses. 7th bullet is yeah, offensive dice deal 1 additional damage up to 7, but every 7th page is a 50% chance to target. Like, the random characters wouldn't be too bad, but the including allies is the dangerous part, so I'm gonna put it in C. Dark Flame. There's a problem with Dark Flame. And I don't know if it really is like that, but I've been told it is like that. That it only triggers the scene after you pick it. Right? So assuming that I'm currently alone with a nugget and I get to pick this card, I would have to survive 1 additional turn, and then next turn I would get the buff. Is that right? What's up? I had a very long day, Tenochi. What's up with you? Hope you're okay. Hope you're feeling fine. I hope you didn't have too much work. Because every time you tell us about yourself, you tell us about work. Worried a little. I never had issues with 7th bullet, but that may just be me. I think you got a pact with the devil, Arcane. Have you ever thought about that one? Yeah, fuck you. Fucking convinced me. So, again, can someone tell me, like, if this is the case, that it only triggers, like, the scene after I pick this? You okay? That's nice, Tenochi. I hope you're fine. If the librarian did not deal any damage with attacks, but he will always deal damage, let's be honest. Like, if he gains strength and protection proportional to the number of dead allies, like, that's 4 at most. If you get this early before they die and can survive a little longer. Like, that's the next thing I wanted to do. I wanted to build a single ranged nugget on Yesod's floor. But does that really make sense? I guess if you could combine it, like, oh, I wish there were, like, ranged mass attacks inbuilt into decks. But the only ranged mass attack that is inbuilt in a deck is the reindeer one. And the reindeer one can only use the one singular ranged attack, but not the others? Is that right? Because he doesn't have a gun, he has this weird ass staff. Otherwise, I would love to build around Pierce rather than Blunt. Rather than Unga, I would love to go with solo ranged. Because if you synchronize, damn, you got it in the bag, in my opinion. Synchronization on this floor is... I'm gonna do it right now. It's a magic bullet, right? Yeah. It's S tier, the synchronization on this floor. I love it. It's so much fun when you pull it off. Single nugget theme needs to restore health somehow. Yes, its floor does not have it. Yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem. You really need to juggle the stagger in order to keep it going. And then you need to be quick about killing him. But that might be the obstacle. You're right, the health restore. Like a built-in ranged mass attack, that's what I mean. Like the one that Rudolph has. If there was another deck that had something like this. Like if Catriel had something like it, for example. Shoot everyone once, wanted style, basically. That would be cool. Fruit Loop Sync is the best of the three? Yeah, I think so too. Synchronize with him. It's a 1 cost. I love it. 1 cost, deals damage right off the bat. It's ranged. No, it's melee actually. It's melee? I thought it was a ranged card, the synchronization. Oh, okay. No, never live and learn. Dark Flame, like the way it is B tier. Otherwise it could be A tier, definitely. What else do we have left? A metallic ringing, which one was this one again? Like, is that the one that slows it down, I think? Wait, here's this one. No, that's the successful blunt attack, inflict Binah paralysis. That's A tier. It might be S tier even. Gotta put it in A though. If you build blunt, that is. And then we have charge. Charge is the one with speed, right? Offensive dice gain 1 to 2 power against enemies with slower speed. I could build God speed with speed on clean. Right? You would get 4 power or something. Like with other power effects, you have like 5 to 6 power on God speed. If you use clean on Yesod's floor. It's fantastic. How many things in the game have had the name charge at some point? Yeah, a lot of things. Like I kinda like clean and then charge. Charge is like it complements it so well because of the haste. So I'm gonna put charge in A. Clean. No wait, I'm gonna put clean in A and charge in B. That way. I'm gonna do it that way. Chain Draft, that's the one that slows you down. Chain Draft. It makes sense because it's chained. Blunt dice gain power, speed is fixed at 1. It's entirely like the opposite to the haste stuff. So it means you can never take over basically. You can only react or sing like one-sided attack. But it's just 1 to 3 power, that's like the thing. It's at least B tier, I would say. It's B tier. If you use it on a nugget, that just like goes Unga anyway. It doesn't really need to take care of anyone. Violence, upon a successful blunt attack, that's the problem, the max value. And then not a lot of bonus stagger damage. I overrated this earlier, but it's kind of shit. Violence is kind of shit. Heard it here first. Maybe not. You heard it here last, most likely. I never really understood rhythm. Like, can someone explain rhythm to me? For the duration of the battle, gain 1 rhythm at the start of each scene. On that ally, whenever a character with rhythm makes a successful attack, a random character gains 1 rhythm at a 25% chance next scene. So, it inflicts like a virus, so it could spread. Several people could have it at once. And Rhythm is 1 strength, but take additional stagger damage. It doesn't even say how much stagger damage, just additional. It lasts 1 scene, so yeah, it's contagious. That's the word I was looking for, Arcane. Thank you very much. But it's only 1 strength, right? That's the problem. It's kind of lame, yeah. It's C tier. It's not D. It's C, I would say. Where is it? And then the repetitive pattern recognition feature. After dealing damage greater than 15% of the target's max HP with a combat page, with a combat page, not in a turn, but a combat page, restore light and gain haste. Again, that's another case of the single most worst card in the game, just by proxy of how high the HP pool is by now. It's kind of hard to do that, isn't it? 15% with a single page? It's incredibly easy on Yester's floor. Well, maybe if you use Maxime. 2 to 5 stagger per hit. Wait, what are we talking about here? Oh, okay. It's not great on bosses. Yeah, versus normal enemies. I'm not arguing against that, but how many normal enemies are there at this point? Think back to the last few receptions. The only normal enemies we've had in quite a while was R-Corp. We had Zhao, we had Yan, we had Purple Tier, and then we had the R-Corp bosses, all in a single tier. And then we had the Hana guys, okay. But Mireille and, like, what's her face? High health again. And Olivier, don't even need to talk about that or think about that since you're locked floor-wise. Yeah, Hana, but how many times are you gonna do Hana? Let's be honest. You're gonna do Hana as much as you need Mireille and the other what's her face, and then you're never gonna do it again. So it's D tier. It's D tier for me. Musical addiction. Don't get addicted to music. Offensive dice gain power, but defensive dice roll 1. It's good if you build around that. That's A tier, in my opinion. Like, just don't take any defensive dice, lol. Bro, just go full Unga. Embrace it. Embrace the Unga. Music. All characters deal additional damage with attacks this act. You also suffer additional stagger damage. Does it change anything? Really? If everyone takes more damage. It's like saying everyone takes less damage. Rating everything around the end of SOTC doesn't make sense, otherwise a kiss would be S tier. You're right. I should be consistent in my rating. However, it's my own personal opinion, so I'm never gonna be consistent. Because I haven't really talked about it, but even stuff like card art has played into my rating. Maybe you can see a certain pattern with the card art, like which ones I like, which ones I don't and stuff. Like I like very flashy ones, basically. And like very detailed. Like Absorption is a beautiful card art. And then Lean Bloody Wings and Heaven, both are just Kino with like the angelic figure, basically. Gold Rush is not good card-wise art. Coffin is pretty cool. It's a cool picture. Emerald is also pretty shit card-wise art. Card art-wise, basically. I want to say. Like, what is a bad one that has a great card art? Paradise Lost looks cool. John looks cool. The Crimson Scar is a cool one, actually. And Marte. Home looks so goofy. I don't know. Yeah, let's finish that though before we think about that. Music. What was that? Like music. Fucking never gonna take it. And now we have Regret is the one with just like stagger someone. Almost guaranteed. Fuck, are you serious? Another hour over? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my good lord. I'm not gonna stream any Ruina today. Sorry, everyone. Who fucking tricked me into doing that, by the way? Who tricked me into doing this tier list? And I said, oh, we're gonna do that real quick before we start Shadowrun. It took me 3 hours! Solemn Lament. Where are we? Oh, if you build this around the single die power again on a ranged... It's not melee, is it? I thought this was ranged again, but apparently it's considered melee, even though he's using 2 guns in this picture. It's a bing bing wahoo card. Yeah, it must bing bing bing. Like it's A tier at least. It might be S tier. If you build around it again with like a lot of power on singular dice, it's S tier. It's high up there, definitely. Or if you build around blunt and stuff. The grinder, I kind of like the grinder. Because it's like it's the mass attack on this floor basically. So by virtue of that already, it's at least B tier. And then Harmony, I don't think I've ever used that. Upon each successful hit, a random ally takes 3 stagger damage and gains 1 strength next scene. So that's like 3 allies with 1 strength, just in general. Or 1 ally with 2 or something, you know. Upon defeating an enemy though, all allies gain 2 strength. So if you use it... And now that's the kicker. If you use it against an enemy that's slow, you want the enemy to die by the 3rd dice to get the maximum effect out of it. Because if the enemy dies, like here, because it recycles. If the enemy dies too early, oh, it's actually more strength because they get recycled. I get it now. So that's like recycled up to 2 times. So that's like 3 hits. That's another 3 hits, 7. Possibly 7 hits in this card. However, for the maximum effect, you want the enemy to die by the 7th hit. Actually, it's not too bad, but you're also dealing like 3 times 7 stagger damage in your team, which is 21 stagger damage. It's not too much. It's actually good. Okay, Harmony is better than I thought it would be. Sometimes it's good to like take a step back and rethink a card by not seeing it in the game and like seeing it compared to the others, but seeing it like in a singular enclosed focus space. Like, don't compare it to anything else. Just think, what use does this card have? I would actually put it in B tier now. It's a very good focus card now. It recycles until it rolls the minimum value, and it's 7 to 4. That's like a range of 7, 6, 5, 4. It's like 4 possibilities. On one of them, it's gonna skip. Up to 2 times too. Alright, I'm done. Let me save this real quick. Log in. Download image. How do I save that? A tier list? Alright, I think it's successfully saved. It's a little bit low res. Oh, what happened? Oh. Okay. Okay. Like, this is my... Fuck, that's a lot of fucking cards. Obviously, I need to use the unknown ones more. Like, or at least even once or twice or something, like, to rate them. Wiki's wrong? What? I'm going to kill you? What happened? Let's see. This chucklefuck rating nerfed musical addiction higher than pulsation. Huh? Musical addiction higher than what? Musical addiction higher than pulsation. Huh? What's the problem? Yeah, because the drawbacks are very different. You can't even really compare these. I would say musical addiction is higher than pulsation, obviously, Spirit. What's the problem? Let's see, what else are people saying? Lament is ranged. The wiki is wrong, okay. Imagine if Lambda closes the page and lost all his progress. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this as safe as possible, okay. OMG, I'm shaking and crying right now. This tier list is so wrong. How could you put insert my favorite page in D tier? Well, crap, like insert my most hated page in S. Your opinion is so wrong, I just can't take it. Why can't you play this game the way I do it? You're never gonna learn to play this game, so just delete it, please. Going to leave this channel and cry in the corner for 2 hours. Have a good day. Thank you, you too. Okay, the objectively correct cater tier list. Oh, guys, forge ending. Is it still up? It is, okay. It's very hard to compare it now. Why do you rate pulsation so high? It's not any damage, I get it, but... Is it because it's tier 1? Like, did you compare the tiers in itself to each other? Because I did that a few times, but not every time. Like, if you compared just Cater Floor, and if you compare all tier 1 cards with each other, yes, pulsation is. Oh, it's all nuggets. Nah, come on! Reading is overrated, Spiria. Also, you could have told me that like half an hour ago! Before I saved mine! It's really good if you redirect attacks. Yeah, because then you get one-sided attacks. I get it. Fucking hell. Well, okay. Okay. Very well done, Spiria. However... This is my personal tier list. Mine. It's mine. There's many like it out there. Fuck you for putting the fucking logo over the fucking tier. Fucking cunt. There's many like it out there, but this one is mine. Okay? So... yeah, okay. Okay. How dare you have your own opinion? I don't know, it's 2021. I don't know what kind of spirit obsessed me to have my own opinion. I can't tell you. Next I'm gonna talk about my political what's it called? Political alignment? No. And all of the other opinionated shit that no one cares or should care about. Opinions are bad! I know. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna fall in line very soon, okay? Just gonna go into my wage slave cage and I'm gonna eat my daily rationed food. Not gonna ask any questions anymore. Not think. At the end of the day, I'm gonna watch Netflix and turn my brain off and like be a good boy, okay? Political stance, that's what I was thinking of. I've accepted that you are prudent slash. Just hope that this knowledge helps you whenever Cater realization wants around. Spiria, you know that I'm gonna beat it. Sooner or later, one way or another. As I said, like, my prudence might be low, but my attachment is very high. My temperance. My success rate is through the roof. Because if you succeed with certainty, you're always gonna win sooner or later. I don't think I've ever watched a single thing on Netflix, to be honest. Embrace Sweeper. Man, I wish we had a Sweeper community in current day and age. Just, oh my god, we have. I was about to say just simping for a single queen. We have. Oh, good lord. In Germany even. Oh, good. No. We're all sweepers for... I'm not even sure I can make that joke. It's kind of like political satire. Let's leave it at that. Is there actually, like, can you translate the sweeper language? Wait, are you guys just typing random letters, or are you... You're fucking kidding me. You're not typing anything real. Tricking me. I can do that too. Like, watch this. He doesn't know. Is it the letter in the alphabet? 667. That's like A, B, C, D, E, F. F is 6. That would be an F, F, G. FFG? Huh? Someone is gonna post the numbers in a second. We all know which numbers are coming. Oh my, how lewd. Yeah, that's me. Oh god, you're making fun of me because I can't speak sweeper. I can barely talk English or my own mother language, which is, ironically enough, Spanish, but I mean German actually with that. Fucking hell. Okay, I hope everyone enjoyed that. Was this a good enough way to make up for the lack of streams the past 2 Saturdays? And for the kind of early end last Wednesday? I wanted to continue with Shadowrun. I legitimately wanted to. That was my plan for today. Instead, we did this. We had a lot of fun for the last 3 hours. Wait, let me rephrase that. I hope you guys had a lot of fun for the last 3 hours. I was here. Like, I was present. Good stream. I hate your opinion. It's very nice that I can actually say I accept that you hate my opinion. And I actually welcome it that you're allowed to do so, Yakov. I might hate yours. I don't know. I don't know your opinion. So it's no use to just out of spite say, oh, well, you know what? I hate your opinion too. Maybe I would actually agree with your opinion. Like Spirit, for example, convinced me on a lot of cards today. And some other people too, like Freeze. Blue didn't convince me. Blue has no arguments other than me calling me an ape. I just hate you. Yeah, that's also good. I also accept that one. People are free to hate me. I don't need everyone to love me. I don't hate you. Just know that. Because I know infinitely less about you guys than you know about me. So you have all the more reason to hate me, while I have almost no reason to hate you. I might hate a few of you. Judging by some comments, I might have to hate a few of you. But I'm not gonna do that, because at the end of the day, that would be a little bit petty, in my opinion. And I know that you're all just making... It's all just fun and games when you say that. Which is... It's nice. It's nice that you can say that in jest, or you could even say it seriously. I wouldn't really care either way. Again, you're free to do whatever you want. Emotion-wise, and like... you're not free to do whatever you want, like... physically, because like there's boundaries by the law and stuff, but yeah, don't let anyone tell you what to think or like or hate or do. Actually, be your own judge. I think I said this a lot, right? I do tend to say this a lot. Like, it's one of the things I've learned in life, that is that you yourself judge yourself, but don't be too harsh at the same time. Bullying me is the good part. I agree. I legitimately enjoy... Twitch, this is a joke, okay? This is a joke, Twitch. It's not serious, but I legitimately enjoy a good bullying of myself in Minecraft. We should be safe now. If no one clips out the part in front or behind. You haven't seen my abnormality pages, have you? They went off into the street to fight those tier lists, and I'm worried about them. Spiria, homework. Can you do a key page rating tier list? And while we're at it, do a passive tier list as well. Oh, maybe actually do a reception tier list. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Spread that around. Combat page tier list. Oh god. Get ready for that 9-hour stream where I rate the combat pages. Like, a reception tier list shouldn't actually be too long, right? There must be one around already, right? It's actually kind of easy to do. Like, what's the best reception? Hands down, it's the Reds. It's the Reds. There's no better fight than the Reds. The passives would take forever as well. But then again, there's some duplicate passives. You need to remember that. But it would still take a... Like, are there more passives than the cards we've just assigned? I don't think so. I don't think so. I wish there was a database for the passives and stuff. Is it actually in the database? It's deck list. I better not look at that. Pages. I also better not. Oh, there's a. Oh my good lord. Okay. If I do the current content, I might have to take a look at that, because that is what I actually wanted. Not having to fuck around in the game, possibly destroying all of my decks. Rather theory craft outside of the game. Passives I'm not going to do, because the cropping formatting would be hell. Can you not do it text format? Can you not insert like text in this tier list maker or something? Reception tier list, here you go. Invitation tier list and helping chat with fights. Oh, it's from set. Okay, yeah. Due to like copyright stuff, I'm not gonna click on that. But everyone else is free to like watch it. Jesus Christ! Like, I'm not gonna say it. There are some decks in there made by me, but I'd rather not say what name I used. Blue, is it Bong Bong? I can't even look at it now because I'm afraid of spoilers, but I would love to find you out. Okay. It's a function of Mal, cute. A bot that goes with it. Huh? There's a Malkov bot? Should be able to figure it out. Well, possibly it's your Steam name, isn't it? There's a Discord bot. Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Still not gonna go on Discord, sorry. Okay, I need to end this now. I need to, like, that Shadowrun stream turned Ruina deck or abnormality rating list stream thingy. Oh. Just to mellow out, I might fuck around with Hot's Floor now. By myself though, sorry guys. I need to, like, I have some cold coffee with me still. Ooh, nearly spilled it. And what better way to... Can I just vent just for 10 seconds? Like, today was a very, like, aggravating day by... Just because, like, yesterday was a holiday, and Monday is gonna be a holiday, and tomorrow is obviously, like, Sunday. So in Germany, it's not the same in other countries, but in Germany, on Sunday and on holidays, the stores are closed. So today, it was basically like the day before Christmas, customer-wise. It's very annoying, you know, like trying to keep your distance and trying to work while there's like so many people around. It's getting on your nerves after a while. Like, I usually don't really have a problem with that, but my patience was very thin today regarding that. Possibly because I only slept like 2 hours. I had to get up at like 5 a.m. I started work at 6. I was late a few minutes, but I paid that price. I don't care. And then by 8, when we opened the store, I couldn't even, you know, get out to do some stuff I have to do in front of the store, because there was like 15 people storming in on, like, immediately. And I thought, what the fuck do you need to buy on the Saturday before Easter? A fucking shampoo? Are you fucking kidding me? A singular shampoo? You're not even gonna give that to anyone! Yeah, but apparently they need to wash their hair, like, before Tuesday, and they don't have a single shampoo bottle at home left. Sure. Well, sorry. Okay, my 10 seconds turned 2 minutes of vent are over now. Fuck around with Hot by myself. Spirit, that's a good idea, actually. Good idea to mellow out the day in a different way. Okay, let's end this for now. Like, on Wednesday, we're gonna continue Shadowrun. If you're just tuned in for Ruina, you don't need to watch that. Sorry, everyone. There's not gonna be a video today. If I had done a shorter stream, I could have recorded some Automata, but I actually ran out of footage, so I'm gonna have to record tomorrow, and might record some other stuff tomorrow as well. I don't know yet. It's all just too much work. Okay, too much work. I'm very sorry. Too much work, too little free time. And I'm trying to spend the little free time I have, like, keeping stuff running at least. Buy a single razor out of spite. What? I would welcome you in Germany, though, Blue. I would invite you to a nice currywurst. Anyway, I'm gonna end this now. Where's the button? Here we go. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had fun. If you want to do your own tier list, I'm gonna link the link now. Oh shit! I fucked up. I accidentally clicked over the link. Spirit, can you share it again? Oh wait, I have it again. That should be the link. If you want to do your own tier list, here's the link. Do it. Feel free to. If you don't want to, because it takes a lot of time, it's also fine. We can take a look at that. Like, you can upload it and send it in next stream or whenever you want, or like maybe write a comment or something. Did anyone did a Let's Talk today? Okay, we're gonna go through the Let's Talk still real quick. Oh, god damn it. Shit, I accidentally closed a tab I didn't want to close. What is going on? Yakov, are you still here? You asked me something. Okay, I'm not gonna show my hentai folder. That is a joke. I can, show us my hentai folder again. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. You guys here still? Yeah? Did everyone click away yet? Okay. Arcane sent in something, here we go. TED Talk, the origins of Ducky Pen. Art and Arcane class shitpost. Also, why are you even reading this? Man, what is Ducky Pen? Oh, Ducky Pen is Ducky Pen. The pen features originally Lobotomy Corporation Marcus backstory. Oh, it's cute. I never really noticed. Back in LC history, Elijah had a Ducky Pen. Oh god, it's still here. Later on, Elijah became Malkov. The pen makes a repeat appearance. You can see her holding it during the cause oppression. Wow, that is actually Malkov. I never noticed. Return of Ducky. It's not. Is it seriously still there? Malkov's return in Library of Ruina. The pen also comes back once more. Do you think it's Ducky Pen's third life, or is it Ducky Pen's first life still? We don't know yet what the future of Ducky Pen may hold, though it's safe to say it will remain with Malkov again. Thank you for watching. Also, probably better things to do with your time. Don't waste time with this. I just wasted the time of 19. Plus me would make 20 people watching this. Okay, you're welcome. I got asked so many times I had to make the presentation. That's actually a very impressive, attention to detail. Impressive. I never noticed. Okay, Yakov asked me what... Oh, fuck, Blue also linked something. I'm gonna answer your question in a second, Yakov. Give me a second. Oh, let me mark all of these as done. I sure hope this link is actually... Okay, here we go. Tired of looking at bad spreadsheet. Can't wait to get home and look at good spreadsheet. Yeah, that one looks so much better than this one. This is just straight up Excel. Well, this one is there's some visuals put in there, you know? Alright, now Yakov asked me, while we're still on Roland's floor, what do you think of him as a character? I really like Roland, but I don't know what I should think about his future, because obviously that's open-ended. It could go either way. He could go ham ham pang pang, or he could go I forgive you because you repented your sins or something. Or it could be a tragical ending when no one wins. I don't know, there might be some character development I'm missing due to the uninvited guests or something. I assume there's gonna be a story segment of it, but I don't even know what I would wish for. Do I want him to spurg out on Angela? Or do I want him to go, well, this is this and that is that? That would be an epic way to end the game, right? By him saying, I forgive you, Angela. After all, this is this and that is that. And then the game fades to black. And in the background you hear the sound effect of him still stabbing her in the fucking throat. That would be nice. A has to show up first. Okay. Roland deserves a good ending. He has suffered enough. Don't you think a lot of his suffering is self-inflicted though? Obviously he's not at fault for his wife dying. But he wallowed in his like suffering so much that he got consumed by it. Which is the problem with the city. If the city wasn't the way it was, he wouldn't have been consumed by his anger and sadness as much, I think. Because I feel like it amplifies negative emotions. Like the sickness of the city, the sickness of the mind is not necessarily apathy. It's more like a heightening of negative emotions a lot of the time. And due to the faulty seed of light, that leads to distortions. I guess. I don't know. Okay, do you trust him? Do I trust Roland? No. So much about him we don't know. So much he just didn't say. If I was Angela, like, she's obviously like blue-eyed. Like, she's fucking, in that case, she's incredibly dense. Because she just doesn't question his motives. There's so much he kept from her. And she never once goes, well, for what reason did you do that? She just goes, well, you must have had your reasons. I don't care. I don't really care. I don't really see other people as, like, humans or, like, people worth regarding in any shape or form. So I see you kind of like an insect. What you do is below me. That's kind of like how she acts. She very much, like, disregards any other person and the way they had to reach her and the way they took. Everything, for her, everything that counts is the here and now and how it affects her currently. As long as it doesn't hinder her plans, like, Roland could have strangled babies in his past life. Like, for millennia. What if Roland had trapped an AI by himself as long as A had trapped Angela? Would she show empathy for the other AI, or would she rather show malice for Roland for doing the same thing as A did? Or would she go, well, I don't care, since that really didn't, like, happen to me, it happened to someone else. Sometimes her way to show, like, regards to others is kind of weird and flawed. It is a very childish outlook she has, really. But the fact that she's an adult makes it dangerous, and I think I said this before. It's not childish. It's not childish anymore. It's stunted. It's stunted emotional growth. She needs to grow more emotionally as a person in order to, like, question what is happening around her, I think. What the fuck? Why do people hate me? Also, what the fuck? Why do people hate Angela? Angela friends. Today I will be a bitch and trample over anyone who stays in the way of my shitty revenge plan. Yeah. Incredibly arrogant. Yeah, I don't think she even knows that she's arrogant. That's a problem. For her, that's just the status quo. For her to be. Was her only friend back then. Yeah. If people were good, there would be no bad. People are mostly good, otherwise there would be even more bad. That's the problem. We as people need to strive to do good. And Angela doesn't really strive to do good. Angela only strives to, you know, her own personal gain. I think Roland will get, like, obviously there's going to be different endings for this game, and I think Roland might get the bad ending depending on if you did all of the realizations for him. The problem is you won't get a different Roland and Angela ending because the realizations build upon each other. You need to do certain realizations in order to do others. So if you separate the realizations, why am I talking about this now? I wanted to end the stream 10 minutes ago. If you separate the realizations into Roland and Angela realizations in order to say, okay, both grew as a character, but separately, due to their own realizations with the Sephira. You could do that, but since it builds up, and, well, the Angela one is the last one with Hokma, really, and Roland ends with Binah, they might still kind of do that or something, I don't know, but you know what I'm getting at? Like, both of them could have a separate ending for themselves. Or obviously we're gonna get other bad endings, like, bad ending A is gonna be like having done only the upper level realizations up to point X. But ending B is like, if we go by the scheme that Lobotomy Corporation did, where if you didn't do X by the time you reached day 40X, you're gonna get ending so and so. There might be like, yeah. What's that image? Is it a Twitter image? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like I only noticed that last time I did some deck building. That aren't his weapons, aren't the names of the cards, aren't these the different workshops or something? Is that right? 'Cause that's pretty cool. Like he has a lot of workshop gear. He must have had a lot of money. I guess he spent every single like what's the currency? An? Every single an he had, he must have spent on his gear afterwards. Or did he have these before? Like was he always like a gadget specialized fixer or something? You can do Hogma and not Binah or vice versa. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, okay. Yeah, well, we're gonna see the conclusion to that. Like, what did they say? Like by the end of April or something? Was that it? Like not this update, but there's gonna be another one afterwards, I think. And then we're gonna see the conclusion to the story, maybe? Nah, this Friday is not gonna be the last update. They said something. Wait a second, they said something about that. Like, was it on Twitter or was it like on Steam? Here we go. How do I make this bigger? I don't really want to show you what I've been playing recently. Go. The content update that was planned to be released on April 2nd, thank God it got postponed since I literally had no time to do anything, is released on April 9. And then there will be a new story episode on April 9. And look, Blue. The next, you can know, yeah. This Friday and the next one, April 16th. Is a new story. It doesn't say last story episode, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to more battle symbols though, and more general invitations. That's gonna be fun. Oops. Here we go. Adding Steam achievements is gonna be nice too. Like, I'm gonna get all of them in my second playthrough now. Preparing to release the official soundtrack. Nice. Yay. Yeah. We see some of them getting used by Angelica, and you see, oh yeah, in the picture where she holds like the weapons to the left and right, it's this one. There's a theory that either she was the Black Silence or they were both the Black Silence. Oh, that's amazing. That's a cool theory. You're right. I remember her wearing this club because it kind of looks like the Spider Butt club. And I like a good spider butt. Anyway, I'm gonna end now. Sorry. Enough Ruina for today, maybe. I'm gonna see if I actually go into Haunt or not. Again, thank you everyone. Like, I had some fun, definitely. All good things must come to an end. Yeah. It's good. It's gonna feel good to finish this game. Just remember how good day 50 felt in Lobotomy Corporation. And then we can all look forward to this, okay? Together. We're gonna finish it together. God, I never thought I would say that to anyone, like, other than good night, everyone. Bye. Fuck me.